Hello, my name is Magnus Soraka. Many times again, I repeat, I come on social media and I say a lot of things. And quite frankly, judging from the messages I get from my inbox, it appears some people have deliberately chosen to ignore the valid points that I'm making. They have deliberately chosen to ignore the valid points that I'm making. Some people are even wondering, why am I not talking about the Presidential Election Tribunal? Why am I not talking about Peter Obi? Why am I not talking about this? Let me tell you, I am one person that definitely, people are wondering why I am. Is it possible that maybe I am giving up hope? I am no longer interested in the politics of, but I'm trying to think ahead. Yes, the Labour Party are on their road to the Supreme Court. They are on their road to the Supreme Court. So if they go to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court does exactly what the Presidential Election Petition Court did, are we going to move on? Are we going to go ahead? Are we going to, for me, I can't go through this stress again. I can't go through this stress again. This Muslim ticket, could it be the final stage of the Islamization of this country? Because right now we're not talking about, I am living it enough. And they often say here that even Goodluck Jonathan that was president, they say that is mistake. That is mistake. Yes, I still believe that the ordinary reason is because they don't want an Igbo man to become president. I still believe. The reason why they don't want Peter Obi is to sustain a narrative. You see, the reason why they don't want Peter Obi, if Peter Obi becomes president, the whole narrative that they've used to sustain us as subservient individuals, particularly from the South and Southeast, will be dead. Now, what are these narratives? One, that the North has so much population, and when it comes to politics, we have to depend on their population to be president. That's not true. That's a big lie. The second narrative is that there are more Muslims in this country than Christians. That's another big lie. That's another big lie. The North, I still repeat again, you see, this narrative has been so embedded in the South that even the Southerners believe this lie. When I tell you that the North is not more populated than the South, even the Southerners will even fight to sustain that lie. So the whole idea of this thing, of what is going on, is to sustain a narrative that only the Yorubas and the Fulanis can be present in this country. You see, I'm doing this thing every day. I fight. You cannot imagine the amount of fight I'm fighting with Igbos in my inbox. So those who are saying that I am doing this thing just to get favor from the Igbos, so that the Igbos can give me money. You don't know the fight I'm fighting with Igbos in my inbox. This is not about Igbos. I don't care about Igbos. I don't care about Yorubas. I don't care about anybody. And for you Igbo bloggers, and you are thinking this is about Igbo, you are rule in favor of Peter Obi. What next? The reason why they don't want Peter Obi is to sustain the narrative that only the North, only the cabal has the power to rule this country. And if any other person wants to rule this country, it's only if they agree. It's only if the North or the Southwest agree. That's the so. Look, my brother, it's because I'm on social media. I don't want to be arrested. There are things I will tell you that if I say it, I know definitely I'll be arrested. You understand me? I know definitely I'll be arrested. So some of you that you are saying that Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu have said it before. You are Igbo, you are not Igbo. Because what I get often in my inbox that I am Igbo, I'm denying I'm not Igbo. I'm not an Igbo man, I'm an Urobo man. Purely and proudly an Urobo man. The greatest sin of this Biafra movement is that you are trying to change people's identity. That they change certain things from this to Igbo, they change them from Igbo. Why can't people just be who they are? Why can't you allow people to be who they are? You are angry in Nigeria that you are being marginalized. Here you are, trying to force people into your own ideology. You've not gotten the Biafra yet, though. You are forcing and trying to change people's identity. People say this is who they are. Allow them to be who they are. Allow them to be who they are. Our problem now we be our problem. These people, and they are happy. They are happy when they see us that we can't even come together to even make a common sense out of our problem. They are happy to continuously do the things they are doing to us. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in the entire South. These Yorubas, that because they've introduced Islam, in you, you now see that those who brought Islam to you are more for your brothers than us. Whenever they want to subjugate the South, they use the Muslims in the Southwest to force the entire Southwest to work in their interest. You think they are concerned about you? You are just their slave as far as they are concerned. You are just like a conquered slave. My brother, I'm so angry. And for those Igbos that are coming to my inbox to insult me, I pity you. When I told you that this Biafra movement under IPOB is an Igbo expansionist agenda, you think I'm lying? What is is your problem who is Igbo or who is not Igbo? You are Igbo, you are not Igbo. Is that the problem? Is that what we are pursuing? Or to be free from these caliphates, these cabals? Is that your problem? Who be Igbo, who not be Igbo? Delta is Igbo. Edo is Igbo. You are Igbo. Is that our problem right now? Is that our problem? Look, let me tell you, if this thing continues, when I start campaigning against unity of South, don't say they've bribed me with money, they don't give this man money, because clearly it shows that we are not ready to be united. Clearly it shows that we are not ready to be united. You may be wondering, why am I on this topic every day? I'm not a sentimentalist. I don't give program because I want traffic to my page. But the way we are going about this thing, we are not ready yet. My name is Magnus Soraka, and I say please follow this page and share this post now.
And now she was born to be a winner. Finally, let's also highlight the picture of the day. United States President Joe Biden is all smiles as he personally takes a photo with Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala at the just recently concluded G20 summit. We have that this day, on the front page of This Day, Dr. Batian Rufai, where we see him actually holding a camera, taking pictures of some leaders, world leaders, National Security Advisor, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, and Ms. Nicole Mensah. A selfie with the president?
Yeah, a selfie with the president, President Biden also. A selfie, the president becoming the cameraman here, taking pictures. And if you had seen other summits around the world, you'll know that President Biden is quite a very charitable person, you know, when it comes to helping people out and taking pictures. You know, the scrappy kid from Scranton is famously called. And He was there, and Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is there in a capacity with the WTO, World Trade Organization. There were a lot of trade talks. Our own. We must claim that every time. But it just shows the good nature and the good fun. And that's how world leaders, behave once they converge. I mean, I think a very famous world leader off-the-cuff moment was during the Champions League final in 2012, I remember.
Between former presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and the legal team representing President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress. The contention centers around an inscription found on widely circulated copies of the PEPC's judgment. Atiku Abubakar claims that the inscription reading Tinubu Presidential Legal Team, as you can see on screen there, functions as a header, suggesting that it may originate from Tinubu's legal team unless proven otherwise. Atiku expressed his concern, stating that all 798 pages of the certified true copies of the judgment given to Tinubu's legal team bore this same inscription. However, in a swift response, the Tinubu legal team clarified that the inscription was a watermark intentionally placed on their own copies of the judgment. They asserted that this was done before circulating scanned soft copies to their legal team members, dismissing any allegations of predetermined manipulations. Let's take some reactions on social media. We have this one from Ayemo Juba saying, header and watermark in Microsoft Word do not show up out of the blue. There are features that need to be enabled deliberately. So, Olanipekun claiming that Tinubu Presidential Legal Team header in the delivered judgment is a watermark is not only unintelligent, rather a confirmation that the Word document originated from the APC legal team. Header and footer are hidden in print layout view, but shows in print preview. That's where they committed a blunder. They forgot to enable the option in the settings. Dr. Bati, what's your take on this? A number of things to look at. I mean, a lot of issues have come up from the judgment, some propaganda, some conspiracy theories, some truth, some facts, some lies. And now we have this with regards to this must have come from the stables of the APC because they had clearly on it the header. What's your take on this?
Well, you said it, conspiracy, propaganda, mischief. And that just shows you, how emotional the outcome of that ruling last week, Wednesday, by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal has been. Clearly, the people who lost at the level of the tribunal, of course, they are aggrieved. And they said they will go to the apex court, to the Supreme Court. I think that's where energy, should be devoted to, rather than people trying to further impugn the integrity of the court. I can't imagine that the court will want to give out certified true copy. And then the allegation that, this is from Tinubu presidential election petition team. I mean, so that suggestion is so absurd. It couldn't have happened. That judgment is 798 pages, and very detailed, and it's out there in circulation. Now, the explanation given by the spokesperson of the PDP was that, it means that the APC lawyers ruled the judgment. I mean, I find that ridiculous. But however, the coordinator of the Tinubu presidential election team, that's Babatunde Ogala, SAN, he has offered an explanation, saying that, look, they went to collect the CTC of the judgment about the same time with the PDP, and that there was no watermark on it. But for the purpose of their own internal, operations, they decided to put the watermark for circulation among members of the Tinubu legal team. And it wasn't for general circulation. But we're in the age of WhatsApp. All right. When you circulate anything, even if it is internal, Mr. A will share it with his friend, because that particular copy, was circulated everywhere, within a short while, and people were, recirculating it. But you see that the tribunal, the Court of Appeal has just ignored it, because, I mean, it's so ridiculous that the court probably thinks it's not even worth their attention. The energy of the aggrieved persons who have all said, look, we believe in the judiciary, we respect the ruling of the court, even if we disagree. The place to express that disagreement is at the apex court. not through insinuations, innuendos, and propaganda that will just amount to nothing but a distraction.
All right. I'm sure that there'll be a number of stories, more development on that particular story, but like you've mentioned, Dr. of Datkem Plaza, a property owned by Olufunke Daniel, the wife of
judgment of the Court of Appeal is unassailable. It is as fixed as you can fix anything. And I can assure you that if there is an appeal, I doubt whether anything can come out of the appeal.
How would you say that?
Let us be clear to ourselves. All the matters based on law that were brought before the tribunal have already been adjudged by the apex court in this country. And therefore, if I were to say my personal reasons, there was no need for the tribunal to have gone through, at least in Atiku's case, where no real point of law was being canvassed, but points of facts. And when in a tribunal, you are bothering the tribunal with points of facts, the law says you must provide the particulars of facts upon which you want the court to, judge the case. As the tribunal rightly said, Atiku's counsels, for one reason or the other, never presented any facts before the court that could warrant the court to look into those facts and be able to say categorically, one way or the other, whether there were merits in those facts or not. Secondly, on the question of the Labour Party were pressing their case on the basis that the law is, this is what the law says, this is what the law does not say. Again, almost all the 4 items that the Labour Party presented to the tribunal were decisions that have been held and upheld at the apex court. So what are you asking the tribunal to do? To sit in on an appeal against the judgment of the Supreme Court? Whether Abuja can be granted a special seat as a state in Nigeria has been tabled before the apex court on many occasions, and the apex court has already made profound pronouncements as to the status of Abuja. Therefore, if the law says to be the president of Nigeria, you must have 25% votes in 2/3 of the states of Nigeria, then Abuja can be treated as a state out of the 2/3. But to say that since the word "and" had been used, and the English language can be determined in many ways, then you now say that even if a man wins all the 36 states in Nigeria and has 25%, if he does not have 25% in Abuja, then he is not deemed to have won. A reasoning of that nature needs to be reconsidered. We lawyers used to say in my time that this is the harvest period for lawyers. They believe that if politicians have made their money in very dubious manners, I'm sorry to use the word dubious, but that is the belief of many. So let us help them spend the money. Lawyers, without considering the fact that they are senior members of the bar, will just take any brief, never thinking whether this state of the law as it is has been determined or not.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you right there. It's good to be back again. Happy New Week to you all. Today's Monday, 11th September 2023. How you guys doing today, my people? Thank you very much. I'm going to verbally appreciate and acknowledge everybody right there on the comment section once again. Mother of all Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for joining us and for your support every day. We love you and we appreciate you. Mother Patricia, thank you very much for your support every day. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, my people right there. I appreciate every one of you that is with me right now. Alabis Evanos, although I showcased so many names already, but let me see what I can do again. Timmy DB is with us. Michael and MRO, thank you very much, my wonderful people. May God bless you all. Wisdom Lucky, thank you. Peggy Modi, thank you very much. Nikki Oko Ogo, I can see you as well. Mike Akinobari is with us. Sagi, Odiase, Vitos, Akwabelem, Samsi, Amori, God bless you all. Discussion Channel TV, Williams, Winner. Good evening, good evening, good evening to you, everyone. Osaga Daddy, thank you very much for joining us. Amaka E, thank you very much. I can see you right there. Osaga Daddy, good evening to you, sir. I appreciate you all. Evie Jack is with us as well. Ade Adobo is with us. Then we have more people right there. Desmond Beans, thank you very much for joining us. Ghost Time, Charles Moses, God bless you all. Didi Anthony, God bless you all, my people. Mofi Ray, my brother, can see you. Thank you. Love God is my strength. Thank you very much, my people. Good evening, good evening. Happy New Week to you all. Yes. Okay, do we still have more? Okay, yes. Messi Ayo, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you all. And I can see Seven Girl met there. Thank you very much, sir. It's good to see you once again. Thank you, Dr. Happy Life. Thank you very much for joining us. Constant, thank you. We have Patience Idemudia. Olarwaju, thank you very much. Head Talk Supplement. Head Talk Supplement, it's been a while. It's good to see you again. Thank you very much. Good evening to you all. Jude King, thank you very much for joining us. Angola Emmanuel Chooks, thank you, thank you, thank you. Chike, I can see you as well. God bless you all, my people. Bonaventure, I can see you. Good evening, my wonderful people. Press on the like button and help us to share in case I missed out on any names right there. It's not intentional. I appreciate everybody equally. God bless you all. So please help us to press on the like button and help us to share. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's talk about the things that's affecting you and I. As you all can see right there on the title, Tinubu will never be my president, is an illegitimate president. That's Aisha. So that video, many of you might have seen it. It happened yesterday, but we're going to be recapping back on that particular video. But we're going to recap on the article first. Then, PEPC judgment in Abuja, the 25% of FCT, that the judges manipulated based on anger of the social media reaction. Then the Abuja residents have decided to approach the court for the court to give them their own governor, their House of Rep, House of Assemblies, and many others, because if you said that Abuja is not important than any other state, it's just a normal state, and you guys have manipulated and turned the constitution upside down, then give us our governor. Then I'm going to take on this one quickly before we move on so that we can understand where we are coming from. This one was actually published by Daniel Boala. Daniel Boala published this. Let me see if I have it. Okay, that's it right there. According to Daniel Boala, he said, following the presidential election petition court judgment, which states to the effect that Abuja is like any other state, I'm hearing that the natives of Abuja are approaching the court for an order mandating federal government to let them produce their governor and 3 senators, amongst other peculiarities of the state. What is good for Guinea is also good for Uganda. Everybody don't laugh at that one, because at this particular moment now they say they want to turn the constitution upside down based on say now they know pass. This is what is currently going on right now, but the people have responded to this. Yes, if Abuja is just like any other state, then it is only fair that its residents have the same political representation. It is a question of equity and justice. Exactly. Because when I say a normal state is a normal thing, give them their governor. In fact, they need to produce their governor before the Supreme Court's judgment. Now, wahala they enter so. Wahala, you cannot steal from people, the same people you stole from. You are oppressing them. You are oppressing them. You are using social media to blackmail them. You are saying that because say we talk on social media, you are using that to pass your judgment. What kind of country is this? You are trying to suffocate us. You guys have been suffocating Nigerians for years. You have been suppressing us. You have been intimidating us. And the intimidation have continued to compare to the judgment that happened on the 6th of September. Now we have another person here saying that they should collect it since the judges think they are wise. While another one is here, the PEPT justice will find out that there is consequences for bad behavior. Exactly, there should be. Then we have another one here. He's saying it is a good idea. They have been marginalized for too long. In a real sense, if Abuja should be treated like the other 36 states of the Federation, then it should not be deprived of all the benefits that other states get. Now, we have another reaction here. This move, I will vigorously support. If Abuja is now a state, automatically it's now a state. We should have elections and have proportional representative seats in the House of Representatives. Okay. Now, Abraham said those in authority should interpret the Constitution according to its provisions, not according to what they want the citizens to think. Why is there always the need to amend or draw a new constitution after elections? Exactly. When it's not favorable to them, they will change the constitution. But when it's favorable to them, they leave it how it is. What satanic human beings they are. Judiciary, you have never been trusted. This is the only time we're supposed to trust you. 5 bodies have decided to destroy the country, but it's not yet in the point of generalization. That's why we are going to Supreme Court. Now, let me take this one here. We have John. He said, I love this. We are backing them up for justice. Please, they must always provide us with videos and other court updates so we can amplify it. Turn that fire devil. We are in a postmodernism. This is not the time that you just treat Nigerians how you like and you think nothing will happen. Listen, I believe the only reason why you see Nigerians are still calm like fools, we are not fools, is because the proceedings is still going on. We have constitutional right to appeal the judgment from tribunal. That's why everybody is still calm, because nobody wants to run more than their shadow. So let's move on. I'm fully in support of these indigenous people of FCT to have their governor and their 3 senators, House of Rep, according to the Constitution. The non-indigenous occupying their position should give away people like Wike. They should throw him out of there. All right, I have another one here. Okay, Stephen. It is a constitutional issue. They should march to the National Assembly complex in large numbers and occupy the front of the complex for 1 full month. There is no better referendum. They may not get the governorship position, but their existence would be restructured. That is true. After a Supreme Court judgment, whatever they come up with, except they do the right thing. If they refuse to do the right thing, Nigerians have to come out on the street. We can't be in our room pressing remote, assuming God will do it. God doesn't do it. God have given everybody the power from day one to decide your future. So you cannot expect God to come and do it for you. You cannot call God to come on the street for you. So I believe because yesterday I was very, very angry. Somebody now get to let me know that the reason why he think the reason why Nigerians are still a bit quiet, or rather quiet in general, is because Supreme Court is there. But if you ask me, some of them are not even aware. I have somebody very, very close to me that is in Nigeria right now, who just traveled to Nigeria, told me that, when he asked them for Nigeria, say, well, not yet the judgment and all that, their responses were just saying, okay, that case never still finished. They are still there and all that. So many of them are not even following up anymore. They have moved on. They are not interested. So I'm not happy with that. But meanwhile, let's take this. The approach is well timed. It would be thoroughly considered before the Supreme Court, before they make their judgment, before the Supreme Court, what am I reading? Considered by Supreme Court before they make their judgment. We are patiently waiting. Okay, let's take another one here. They should file multiple suits around the country. If this is possible, I'm sure many Nigerians will support it. Why should they be denied their governor, State House of Assembly, House of Reps, and extra senators? Why? Una say na state, right? Una don't enter wahala. Now be this. Give them their governor with immediate velocity. Meanwhile, I have another one here. Hide the truth, kill the truth, drown the truth, bury the truth. One day, it will rise up and shout with a loud voice, I am the truth, which is the truth. Okay, Nigerians need more of courageous women like Sister Aisha. Okay, this is just a comment before the video, but I'll play the video later. These are other people's reactions with Aisha. Aisha's statement one by one was very strong on the national TV. You know, people are threatening her. She'll be arrested. She'll be this. She's not interested. That is what you do when you are fighting for your country. You say it how it is. As long as you are not insulting them. Tinubu is illegitimate. It's not a crime. As far as the court, the case is still in court, he's illegitimate president. Right? So, but many people cannot say this anymore because they believe, say, now president, I did national TV and all that. Life should have been like that. Nigeria need more of this courageous woman like Sister Aisha in the society. Power to the people of Africa against colonialism and puppet illegitimate governments. Black African unity. Then I have another person here saying that this interview is spectacular. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. Well done, woman of the people. Okay, we have 4 to go. Dear God, please guide, direct, continue to protect this virtuous woman so she can continue to speak for millions of us who may never have the chance to speak out. Amen. Amen. Ise. Okay, we have this. This is why Nigeria is a lawless country, where court will give orders and no one carries out the order. The judiciary does nothing to the individuals. Okay, 2 to go. I stopped being interested in the election tribunal from the moment the CJN was put to office by the present government. I'm not surprised the way it ended. Oga, it never ends. Don't worry. It never ends. We're on the other step right now. If the petitioners didn't provide enough evidence to the court, why did it take the judges almost everlasting to prepare their judgment? Exactly. These people finished the whole 180 days. These people, they finished the whole 180 days. Still, they say Obi and Atiku did not provide anything. Dude, what were they doing? Huh? What did they do since? All right, let me take on this article quickly here. I appreciate you all, my people. I'll post out a link soon. I just want us to do this first. You know, my people, stay with us. God bless you all. I appreciate you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all if you are just joining us right now. Okay, let me take this one. We're going to go on a video as well, but I just wanted to take 1 or 2 paragraphs from here. Tinubu will never be my president, says Aisha Yusuf. Aisha Yusufu, a social critic and strong supporter of Mr. Peter Obi, Labour Party LP presidential candidate in the 2023 general election, has rejected the verdict. Same here. I rejected it. 100%. Aisha Yusuf, a social critic, strong supporter of Mr. Peter Obi. Okay, we've said that before. They repeated themselves. Okay, let's look for the let's look for a quote. Okay, she said, Tinubu did not win the 2023 presidential election and will never be my president because he ringed his way to be declared the one with the majority votes. And as for me, that is a political coup. That is a civilian coup. And it's a mandate of the people that was stolen. My focus and other Nigerians now is to ensure getting the mandate back. Exactly. She continued. I stayed for over 13 hours in the court. I heard all the judges read by the justices. It was all the judgments read by the justices. It was all a movie. And there was a trailer before the movie. It began when the former Supreme Court Justice Mary Odili spoke. It already pretended what we expected. We further said that the whole exercise started getting fishy when PEPC declined that the proceedings being aired live from the beginning until Judgment Day and failed to show their faces of the justice. Okay, I'll leave this one right here. I'll leave it. I don't want to take much because we are still going to play the video. So thank you very much, my people, for your time with us. Help us to press on the like button. Let's listen to what Aisha have to say here verbally. Then we take it from here. Thank you.
Distinguished guest is ready and waiting to be engaged, and that cues us to introduce Aisha Yusufu, a human rights campaigner who is being as consistent as the Northern Star in lending her formidable voice to a number of national causes in Nigeria. Good to have you, Aisha Yusufu. It's a joy to have you on the show this morning. So let's start.
So much. It's a pleasure being here.
Good. Let's start from the very beginning. The outcome of the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal, PEPT, as it is called. The judgment is interesting, and it's divided quite a few Nigerians.
70s, in their 60s, who had never voted before in Nigeria, they voted this election because they finally felt, okay, one, the words from the assurances that came from INEC that they were going to do this electronic transmission, because many people do know that it is normally when they do that collation, when manual papers are traveling from one place to the other, that a lot of changes happen. And so people had confidence when INEC gave their word. And then the new Electoral Act also made people to be more confident in election and find that, okay, finally their vote is going to count, their vote is going to matter. But here we saw the brazenness that happened, the impunity, the way and manner in which the rigging was done in such a way that numbers were changed, figures were changed. You see, let me give a hypothetical example. You see something like 212, and then you turn the 2 and 1 and make it a big fat 0, and then you now turn it to 2, and then they cancel, they use TPEX, correcting fluid, to correct and write on it, and then change another person's numbers for it to, and these things were uploaded, blank sheets were uploaded, and at the end of the day, there is not a single thing in that judgment that talked about INEC, you know, in a way and manner that INEC will not continue the institutional rascality that it displayed in the last election with such impunity. And so now what has happened is that with the judgment that we have, INEC has been given an enabling environment for them to do whatever they want to do and then just get away with it. And then you begin to ask, why then did people waste their money? Because this is also a civilian and political coup. And I've said it before, and I'm going to repeat it here again. The way we treat military coup is the same way we treat civilian and political coup. Because when you take away the mandate of the people, when you steal the mandate of the people, that in its own way is a coup also. Look, one thing that we all must understand is that the outcome of the election does not matter. If there was free, fair, credible election, if there was that transmission of results the way INEC was said they were going to do it, and the results all came out, and everybody saw it was transmitted, and the results at the end of the day is still what it is today, everybody would have moved on, because it would have meant that there were more Nigerians who wanted the government, the then government, to continue. But that isn't the case, and that is where we must be focused on. And please, 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 Nigerians must stop this thing that we do every time, to sweep things under the carpet and say, oh, it has happened, let's move on. There will be a murder somewhere, somebody will come and tell you, but the person has died, now why are you following the case? And that's why these things keep repeating themselves, because we keep giving an enabling environment for all of these things to happen. Systems must work the way they're supposed to be. Processes must be followed. There must be accountability. And where anything is not done, people must be punished for not doing the right thing. Thinking of beginning to change the result, probably they might have a little bit of hesitation or shame, or not just knowing that there's a spotlight on them that is being done. Beyond also the civil society, I think I'll just quickly take on the international organization, Committee of Nations, to say there needs to be a universally accepted standard of what free, fair, credible election is all about. Situation where we have the kind of election in Nigeria and places like Gabon and Niger, Zimbabwe, different from the kind of election in places like the United States of America, France, Britain, Germany. It has to stop. Where, if certain people are killed in certain places like Nigeria and co, because we have even the former British High Commissioner who was saying that she was fascinated with the result with the election where people had been killed. That has to stop. We must have that. And then also the international community and Committee of Nations must begin to treat political civilian coup the same way they treat military coup. And it's not the one that they're ready to work with anybody who rigs election, get into office, and then why in a way they are punishing, denying visa to some people who help to rig their election, but the people who ultimately are beneficiary of the rigged election are the ones that they are working with. We cannot continue to have good governance in that way. And as long as we don't have good governance in our respective countries, it will also affect them in terms of the migration that they all talk about. Because where there's no good governance, people will want to go to places where they can find good governance.
Okay, thank you so much, Aisha Yusufu, civil rights activist, a human rights activist. And
many of us, we are at the same time human beings. Right. We make good for the country. Satanic ones.
You see, look, Nigerians are begging for food. Nigerians are begging for food, and you see people still come out to say, yeah, thank God say APC, they the power. Thank God say Tinubu. What is wrong with you? I don't get it. It's difficult to understand. Let's listen to this video quickly.
My great Nigerians, I celebrate every one of you for your courage, for we to move on, even when they want us not to move on. Sweethearts, I am standing on the word of God this morning in the book of Luke 11 verse 46. He says, woe unto the lawyers, the judiciary, woe unto them. I want to ask this morning, what you saw day before yesterday, my fellow Nigerians, was it judgment or justice? To me, it was judgment. I have been brooding on it for the past 2 days to know what was it. Was it really judgment or justice? Judgment condemns. Judgment kills. Judgment do not care what people are going through. Judgment do not care the pain that is going to set into the heart of men. But justice is fairness. Justice is honesty. Justice alleviates the heart of the people. What did you people do to Nigerians? Remember, he says, I am that I am. I change it not. I am that I am. Oh, I change it not. God is saying to judges, lawyers, let Nigerians go. I am that I am. Oh, I change it not. He said to justice, lawyers, let Nigerians go. I am that I am. Oh, I change it not. The one that sits on the heavens, that rules over the heavens and the earth, is the one that will give the final judgment. When it comes to judge the world, you that is eating from corruption, don't think that there is no rapture. If you die today, you have faced your rapture. You must surely give account of what you have done. When you were in a post, maybe in the post of the justice, you are a lawyer, you are senator, you are governor, house of rep, wheresoever post you occupy in Nigeria, I am that I am is coming for you. You will give an account of how you manage the people of Nigeria. You put them into pain, you are happy. You strangle them, you are happy. You come to social media and say, let Nigerians breathe. Are they breathing or you are suffocating them with your laws? You create law, you break it. I am that I am is coming. And when he comes, will you be able to stand and say, this is what I did that was fair? It's a question, and you must answer it. It might not be today. The day that you drop this body, and you are using to collect corruption, the day you drop it, you will face it. But to my great Nigerians, remember, we are stoic. The more they push, the firmer we become. They will not do more than what they have did. When we are using our money to buy money that belongs to us in the bank, we buy it, it is our own, we will buy it to enable us to spend money. They will not do more than that. Keep hope alive. The judgment of God is going to come like a tornado upon all that have occupied seat in Nigeria. God bless.
All right. Let me come in here about this woman of God. One, I respect women like this. Any woman of God, man of God that come out to speak, at least speak. If you listen, why many of us are against men of God, a lot of men of God, is because they are not coming out to speak for us. They are very, very hypocritical about this whole journey. She coming out to speak, she have won my heart already. But our direction is the only area I don't believe on. All those areas, God will judge you, God will do this. God not go judge them. God not go judge them. I'm sorry, many of you might not like this. God not go judge them. These people, we don't say, well, they say, may God judge them. Since before anybody that is listening to me right now, before Nigeria was created, there's already talk and say, may God judge our satanic government. God not judge them. Because God give us the power, we will take judge them by ourselves. But for her coming out at all, may God bless her. Because it's part of the things that I'm talking about on this platform. Where's our mommy Gio, daddy Gio? Where are they? Since they passed judgment, my people, we don't hear one pastor, one man of God or prophet or bishop don't come out. If it there, maybe I never see come, my eye not there everywhere. If you don't know, say they send me the video, let me play it. All of them are silent. All of them are silent. So regardless, the only God will judge them where this woman talk, read some Bible against them. Now only that area I not support because I know say not go work. You not go work on them. Don't take, in fact, before they born this woman, many people don't they read the same Bible. But where is our mommy Gio, our papa Gio, and all of them? See, now we'll not see them. Let me recapitulate back on this particular video again. Because whenever I hear this guy speak, you know, if I'm supposed to be playing this particular video every day, let's play this, then we start talking.
The only other thing some of you daddies in the Lord have added to national development is yearly churning out of prophecies and declarations. Nigeria, this year thy glory is upon thee, is your year of abundance, and that, amen. That year, 800 people killed in Borno, 1,000 killed in Plateau, people killed in churches in Taraba, in Benue, 1,000 displaced in Benue, a church attacked in Francis Xavier in Owo, everything, a bus loaded with Christians going to camp or going to a convention, kidnapped with men of God. In that same year, a lot of, the woman, one Mrs. Eunice Olawale, who was killed sometime in Abuja, I think July 9th, 2016. What happened to the killers of that woman? What happened? Did you hear prosecution or arrest? No, we move on. But we continue to support the government and we continue to make declarations and continue in this kind of religious rhetoric and innuendos when you know it has not moved the country forward. Daddy, how is it possible that a government will be able to run on prophecies and declarations when you do not even run your own ministries on merely prophecies and declarations? A government that is a secular state that might even be made up of unbelievers. You believe that the anyhowness in government will be corrected by prophecies and declarations. When your own mysteries, if you look at the successes of our religious institutions, you will see a deliberate attempt at accountability and building success. Have you seen any church university come to say that we are prophesying that this year we will have 1,000 first-class graduates? No. There is a track record. The instructions, it comes from general overseer, AGOs, provincial, zonal, parish, diocesan, well aligned. You see that there is deliberate attempt to build success, but somehow you believe that government will be able to run on prophecies and declaration. If that is the case, so what prophecy is building the economy of Saudi Arabia, of China, Japan, and the rest of them? Even Israel does not protect its nation by prophecies and declarations. And then you continue, you declare upon us, you are led with pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire at night. But daddy, amen. But daddy in the Lord, you are not only using pillar of cloud by day. Aside pillar of cloud, you are also using bulletproof SUV. So you are using double factor authentication. If bulletproof SUV does not, if the pillar of cloud does not work, the SUV must protect you. Besides that, you also have armed security men protecting you, protecting your wife, mama, protecting your children, extended and nuclear family. But we are only able to use the pillar of cloud by day. And I'm not against people protecting their lives. If you are a public figure, you should take your personal security seriously. Definitely. But my dear brother, no life should be more important than the other. No. We are all the same human beings under God. If God gives you the opportunity to enjoy such luxury and affluence, the honor should be on you. You should have the moral and spiritual obligation, my daddy in the Lord, to at least help us, that you hold leadership accountable, that they do what they need to do, so that at the minimum, we, your own flock, and the average citizens who may not be able to afford the sophisticated security that protects you, we should be able to live in safe communities and neighborhoods. How about now, daddy? The unanointed should not die as a result of bad government, while the anointed continues to befriend and, romance with the same politicians who put the unanointed in that precarious situation. When you see the statistics in the nation, how does it bother you? You see, as I am reading, even on news on this thing today, 15 million children out of school. An entire generation of people have no opportunities to be educated. And it is not a problem to you. Maternal mortality, child mortality, all of the issues, sexual violence and the rest, child labor. People are risking their lives through Sahara Desert to leave this country. And you come out to keep telling us that we should do this, Saul will come, David will come, we should help support the new government. Daddy, where exactly is your humanity? Where is your conscience when it comes to the issues that affect the average citizens in this country? Exactly. Since yourself and your family are insulated from this entire rubble. How about now? As we are seated here talking, you are Muslim, he's Christian, I am Christian. But looking at your face, I do not relate with you whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. Because as I look at you, I may not have seen God, but I have seen you. And I know that what is good for me is also good for you. And that should be the important thing to us. What Nigerian youths are calling on is not that government should be killed or politicians should all be destroyed. But give way for competent people to take charge. Let there be shared prosperity. The inequality gap is too high across vertical and horizontal lines. A few are living in too much luxury and a majority living in extreme poverty. It should not be so. And if these things do not bother you and you hide under the garments of religion to continue pushing this hypocritical rhetoric and innuendos, then it is a shame on you and you should be disappointed in yourself.
All right. You see that particular video there, the day where this guy make this video, now when Pastor Adeboye say Nigeria will be better, I don't know, I talk at that time, true, Tinubu and all that. Now that time, make that video. You see one particular thing where he talk, although he talk on so many things. For example, using Bible to people should use Bible to protect themselves. Why the GOs, the GO them use bulletproof. Then he also went on by saying, you've never seen any pastor, prophet, bishop saying that this year, 1st of January this year, we are going to have 100 or 200 or 300 first-class graduates in Jesus' name. No, not the other one. Now, wait till the year and be say, you will build your house this year. Everybody will say, amen. You will have your car this year. Everybody will say, amen. You will have a private jet this year. Money, a miraculous money will enter your account this year. Everybody will say, amen. Listen, guys, before we move on, yesterday was Sunday, yeah? The first Sunday after the judgment from the tribunal, right? I bet you many churches yesterday filled up. Many Nigerians were there saying, amen, amen. I'm telling you, our problems is within us. Let's just take it like that, man. It's within us. It's not about pastors, but we must always call them in because they are the one that we believe so much on. We look up to them. They are not doing anything. Our traditional leaders are not doing anything. Religious leaders are not doing anything. None of them is doing anything. So we will continue to reference to them. So that's why I'm talking. Thank you very much, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate you all. I already have the first super chat for today from Elizabeth Sarumi. Elizabeth Sarumi, thank you very much for the super chat. May God bless you. You know, say I don't talk since you can't say, okay, make I bless Mr. Elvis. May God bless you. I really appreciate it. My pocket never run dry. I appreciate every one of you right there. Help us to press on the like button. Currently, our like is 212. It's not good enough at all, you know. But let me quickly take on this article before we start talking to tally up everything that we have for you today. You know, this article here, although we talked about it yesterday, we talked about this issue yesterday, but let's just quickly recapitulate back on it because it's happening tomorrow, right? Yes, it's happening tomorrow. As you can see, I'm not going to take much on the FBI announces plan to start releasing 2,500 documents on Bola Tinubu from October. Okay, so this one just came out today, September 11. Okay, let me read it. The United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, will start turning over approximately 2,500 documents relating to President Bola Tinubu in its database, People's Gazette can report. The frontline American law enforcement institution said it would start releasing the document effective October, ending at 500 pages per month, according to a new court filing obtained by the Gazette. Unquote, FBI has identified a total of approximately 2,500 pages potentially responsive to FOLA requests. 1553430 and 1587544. Okay, I'm not going to take on this, although it's very, very long. Very, very long. Should we take them or you guys will read it later? Can somebody just answer me? Should we take
we can read it later. Let's read it later.
Okay, later. Okay, good. Good. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. I'd like us to start talking right away. Please press on the $sign, support what we're doing here, encourage us to do more for you. Share this broadcast. The like is not encouraging. We have 236. What is happening, my people? Today na Monday before, not be Saturday. We're going to press on the like now. We're supposed to be staggering at least a minimum of 300 or 400 by now. Press on the like button if you can hear my voice, my people. May God bless every one of you right there. Let me call on the first person on the panel to talk to us. The first person we have right here with us is Give Us a Mandate. Give Us a Mandate. Are you available to speak right now?
Yeah, if you can hear me clearly. Good evening to you.
Okay,
can you
wonderful.
hear me okay?
Good evening to you, my brother. Thank you very much for joining us. Talk to us.
Well, thank you very much. Good evening to you, and then to the panelists. Greetings to everyone. Hope everyone had a good weekend. People on the comment section, greetings and greetings and greetings, and to well-meant Nigerians listening to us from all over the world. Greetings to everyone. It's a new week. It's a blessed week already. So let's keep it strong. Well, on the videos that you play, you know, the other guy that was speaking about saying that the guy is growing corn. Ever since he got here, he's been growing corn. He's growing corn. He has just finished eating abula. He just ate ewedu and amala. So that's why he's speaking like that. So maybe as he was eating that ewedu and amala, something probably entered his head. Sorry for my other language. If maybe something entered his head and say, may just go speak for him. When even the blind can, the other man said, they don't have to tell you. Everybody is feeling the heat. So the guy, the guy was, I believe he was eating some bakery and ewedu. So that's why He can speak that way. So don't blame him. Which most of them are, you see, like that. Maybe some of them they are eating roasted corn, you know, because Tinubu told them, if you ask them what will you eat in the morning, he said, Agbado ewa fufu. What will you eat in the evening? Agbado ewa fufu. What will you eat in the night? Agbado ewa fufu. Even in the midnight, they will eat agbado ewa fufu. So don't blame that guy. Those are the Agbadorians. And it's clear to Nigeria now. People now have to pack rice. They have to begin to pack rice together with sand, so that when they get back home, they'll go, ah, man, what is suffering? This is the height of degradation of human beings in a country. This is the height of it. This is the height of it. That people now have to begin to fight because they want to give them palliative. The rice poured on sand, and then they are packing the rice and the sand together. Man, that people are already stepped on those man. I don't know. If it is not clear to that guy that is a renewed shege for him and his family, he should wait for the next 100 days before he will understand that this is a renewed shege, not a renewed hope. And to the videos that you played, one Aisha, I mean, always speaking it as it is. The only thing is just the fact that Abuja, I like what Abuja residents, what they are doing, going to court to go ask for their own governor, ask for their own remaining senators and House of Rep members. They will also have to get their own councillors, and then they can throw the likes of Wiriwike back to where he came from, that they don't need him in Abuja. Because that's what the Abuja resident may end up doing. Ask for your governor, ask for your remaining senators and House of Rep members, and then begin to tell Wiriwike, pack your load and go back to where you came from, because this is not your house. And then they can tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu also, Tinubu, you have just declared this place as a state through your puppets. So you too, go decide where you want to rule. Because in the issue of Nigeria, we have not had it this bad. We have not had it this bad. Now, you can hear what Aisha said. I mean, she was in the court. Even though you and I didn't see the body language of those justices, she was able to see their body language. What we only heard was their voices. And even with their voices, you can, I mean, if somebody is speaking with anger, you will know. When Mr. Elvis, like Sarumi just throw something now. When Mr. Elvis speak with joy, you know. When he speak with anger, when the likes of Just Emeka show up, you will know. So we know the body language of the judges through their voices. Someone like Bolaji, the way she spoke. Someone like Ugo, the way he spoke. And then the lead judge with Tsunami. Tsunami said in his own opinion, everything that Tsunami did was based on his own opinion. And I like what Aisha said. That court, the appeal court, was filled with, I mean, I don't even know what the defense staff or whoever is doing in that court. Shetima, I mean, it can be there. But you have different ministers, you have the police, you have, they were not intimidated by that. But just people on social media saying what they feel they can say because they are also citizens of the country, you are intimidated. What can we say? This is a country where the more you look, the less you see. A country where you ask questions, they tell you you didn't ask the question properly. Because I don't know and this is why if we don't change things now, it will continue to get worse. Why all of a sudden you didn't show when the whole thing was going on, the trial and everything, you didn't show anything. We are only picking pieces of what people like Ned Media put together and then throw out to us. And then in your final judgment, which is not justice, you are telling us that they didn't provide enough evidence. Even though we heard and we see. We heard and we saw that Peter Obi brought television to the court. He brought a mathematician. They have different. There was a lady called, I think her name is Pearl. Pearl said the overwhelming evidence that they took to the court, that she just prayed that tribunal they will have the energy to go through their overwhelming evidence. I think she was part of those that prepared those. That she just prayed that they will have time to go through the overwhelming evidence that was provided to the court. To the point that we were picking stuff from even the ones that we feel cannot be used in the court. Maybe when the Agbero boys, they came through their master, Tifnumbu, and then they destroyed some of the ballot boxes and everything. The ones even in gutters, they pick them up and then they put them together. Let's take them to the court. And the judges are saying that they didn't provide enough evidence. What more evidence do you need? When you are not in Singapore during the election, you didn't go to Kutu Wenji, or you didn't go to Sambisa Forest. You were in Nigeria. You heard when Mahmoud Yakub went everywhere, and you even saw Festus Okoye video saying that there is no deviation from the electoral, from this act. There is no deviation from this. Beavers is what we are going to use to transmit results. And why? Because they have discovered that in the course of transporting materials to the collection center, things changes. And so Festus said we cannot even use that their discretion at that point is not irrelevant. It is going to be beavers. Mahmoud Yakub went to Chatham. I want to bet you that Tsunami and the rest of them, they listened to Mahmoud Yakub when he went to Chatham House and came back to Nigeria and said, I assure you, it's going to be beavers. So Festus talk about 3 things that the beavers, if not 4, that the beavers was going to do. It will be used to accredit voters, to take snap their whatever they provide, and then the final one is to transmit. Even Mahmoud Yakub said it, and I quote, he said, on real time, election results will be transmitted from polling units. From polling units. That was how Mahmoud Yakub, you can look for the video. Mahmoud Yakub said, he said, election result will be transmitted to the RF portal from the polling units. I know that Mahmoud Yakub, even though English is not our own original language, he said it. Tsunami read the judgment in English, will not tell me that he did not understand what Mahmoud Yakub said. No Bolaji, no Ugo, and the other ones. You see, one thing is, these people, by themselves, using their own hands to destroy their country, when other nations of the world are building their own countries. They are using their own hands. They are the judge, and they are being referred to as little gods. That means they are now little gods destroying their own country. They are pulling their country down. And you can see the likes of a surrogate of Liberos, or what was the guy's name? Liberos going everywhere to go and spill lives all over the places. You see how human beings, how they all of a sudden don't care about their integrity and character, but only for what they can benefit from in a short while. Now to the pastors, to the imams, to the traditional rulers, and then chiefs. The question is, how will you be remembered? If you are this big pastor, people knows you everywhere, all over the world. And they said at a time like this, when their nation needs someone to speak, he never spoke. At the time when someone like Deborah was being pied, and the people that pied Deborah, they are still on the streets, he never spoke. At the time when their country was, they went to the polling unit to go and cast their votes. 8 people were brought down. A 19-year-old boy brought himself down. He never spoke. At the time when a lady went to the polling unit to go and cast her vote, a lady like Bolaji, the judge, went to a polling unit to go and cast her vote. She was stabbed in the face. They never spoke. Bolaji, I speak to your conscience today. You are the only woman on that bench on that day. A lady went to cast her vote in Lagos State. She was stabbed in the face. Why? Because she only wanted to vote for her principal. The lady did not. She now has the face of the election 2023. You won't tell me you didn't see that picture. That's enough evidence. She went back and said, no, until I give my vote to my principal, I will not surrender. That lady's face was the face of the election. Different artists we have been maltreated in their polling units. Didn't you see the video of ladies? I mean, may have forgotten some of their names. Maybe somebody can remind me of these artists, both in VGC and other places, taking live videos. Are those not enough evidence for you guys? And all you could say is that you think somebody like Peter Obi will not put his things together? Then are you telling us that the boxes were just ordinary boxes, nothing inside? When Peter Obi's lawyer said they have a video they want to play, the court said we don't have a TV. My principal provided TV for the court. You all know it. We all know it. Maybe I'm telling lies now. Somebody, maybe a different panelist can come speak and then say, oh, Mr. Give us some money, yours told lies. I know that the court said we don't have a TV. My principal provided a TV for the court. Just to show you the video evidence that we got. And you guys are saying that, what a nonsense. You guys are little gods, but using your own hands to destroy your own country. You're pulling your own country down. Just because a drug baron must be a president. Just because a forger certificate must be a president. Just because the one that lied on the oath must be a president. What a nation, what a people, what a country. Is this kind of nation we want to build and live for our own children? To the pastors again, to the bishops, to the archbishops, to the imams, to the chiefs, to the traditional rulers. A day will come when you are in that 6 feet and they are reading your biography and they mentioned 2023 and they said he did all, but at the time when his country needs him, he didn't speak. Benson Idausa of blessed memory challenged governments, challenged presidents. Most of you have the mouth to challenge these guys. Someone like me may not. Mr. Elvis may not. But you are same age to them, or even senior most of them. You can bring them, you can question them, them. By the time like this, you're not speaking. When you are in that graveyard, when you are in that 6 feet, and they are reciting, they are saying good things about you. And somebody said at the time when their nation needs them, they didn't speak. Nelson Mandela did his own, is gone. Martin Luther King Jr. did his own, is gone. We have a nation to build. We have a people to raise. We have a strength in our youth, but we are wasting the strength. Students are crying today because they cannot afford school fee. Their parents don't even have the money. They want sparking rice and sand on the floor. Are they the one that are going to pay 200,000 naira for their children's school fee when they resume? Tunumbu, and get it right and get it clear, is a human being. Is a human being. But we are saying that this kind of character cannot be the president at a time like this when our country is down. He can never even be. Because he's a drug baron. He forged certificate. He lied on the oath. The judges, they now admitted that there was a case of $460,000. The only downside is that they said it was the account that committed the crime, not Tinubu. I don't know, maybe in Canada, Madam Rita, maybe if you're speaking, you can tell me, maybe in Canada, If you put your money in your Bank of Canada account, your money can grow legs or hands, go commit crime, and then come back to your account. And they say, oh no, it wasn't Madam Rita that did it. It was her money. The money just stand up, grow hand, grow eyes and leg, commit the evil, and then go back into account. That was what the judges said about Tinubu's $460,000. That it was the money that left Tinubu's account. It wasn't Tinubu that committed crime. About double nomination, they said it wasn't done intentionally. No thief would tell you their intention. Oh, it wasn't done intentionally. That means Samani just told the world that there is ignorance in law. These demigods, these little gods, these judges are using their own hands to pull down their countries. When countries like Niger, Burkina Faso, they are building their own country. Uranium is sold now by Niger for over 200 something pounds. What used to be 80 something cents before. The same global market. Nothing changed, just the price. When they shut down France, some part of France lost power. And we are here through our judges pulling down our nation. People now have to go and pack rice and sand from the floor because one drug baron had to give them palliative. Is that how you feed Tinubu? Is that how Remy has to go and pack rice and sand and then cook for you and share you to eat at night? That's the question you ask yourself. Is that how Werewike's wife has to go and pack rice and sand and cook for Werewike? Is that how Festus Otopokoyamu's wife and children have to go and pack rice and cook for their family? Is that how Mahmoud Yakub had to go and pack rice? You guys don't do that. But we are all human beings. You don't have 2 eyes. You don't have 3 eyes. You don't have 4 eyes. You only have 2 eyes like other people have. What is good for Guinea is good for Uganda. What is good for Guinea is good for Uganda. We are only here today ever since election has been passed now, several months, and we are still here. Now, if you ask yourself, why are we still here? She even bother you that election is gone. Why are we still here? That means the character of the person is not it's not the kind of character we can put in on the first seat in our country. If it was someone like Peter Obi, would have moved past this place now. And if this guy won the election free and fair, we would have gone past this level. We're still here. That should ring a bell in your mind. That why are we still? Why does Mr. Elvis come out every day? Why do we bring news here every day? That should even should bother you. That we are here every day talking about this. That means that character is not a good character. It will soon be clear to Nigerians. In the US now, they start going after students that come to study here to check their results, if they come in with the right results. Just because one drug baron, one certificate forger, one pedger must be the president. Through Mahmoud Yakub. Is this a nation I want to build? No wonder somebody said to me some weeks ago, Nigeria was a country. Nigeria was a country. The armies, the naval, the police officers, you guys are sitting down. You guys can go over somebody just saying that somebody is writing petition for the tribunal. You guys can go over the young man, but you can't fight for your own country under these evil apparitions going on. Your barracks is not different from a chance. No good. You guys may not even have light. There's not even light. No pipe. Before some years ago, we used to go fetch water in the naval barracks, very close to our own house. Free pipe bomb water. But today, such things no more. I don't know. My principal has said, let's go to the Supreme Court. Because what we did at the tribunal was just to expose some things. Now let's go to the Supreme Court. And Mr. Evans, I don't know if you've played the video of CJ and Ariwola today, because we have to match what he said and the judgment at the Supreme Court side by side. All roads now lead to Supreme Court. At least, if nothing, Abuja alone is enough. If double nomination now is now done, it wasn't done intentionally, and there's ignorance in the law, then let's see what Abuja will bring. Nigerians, we got to wake up. We got to wake up. Everyone is entitled to their own political affiliation, no doubt, but not in this kind of situation where it is glaring that somebody truly won this election. Rivers State, Peter Obi won Rivers State. Wike knows it. If you bring Wike and put him under intense punishment, Wike will confess to you that Peter Obi did won Rivers State. If you bring Tinubu and then put him under intense punishment, he will tell you that Peter Obi won his election and he bribed Mahmoud Yakub. He will tell you. He knows. They all know. This elderly apparition, they know it. They know it. They all know it. The pastors, they know it. The bishop, they know it. The imams, they know it. Even the Obas and the Obi, they know that Peter Obi won his election. They know it. The only offense of Peter Obi against them is that the only corruption of Peter Obi is that he didn't steal money. That is the only corruption of Peter Obi against these people. That is the only corruption, that Peter Obi did not steal money. Is that not a character that we should embrace? Somebody ruled a state for 8 years without collecting pension and stealing from his own state. And he's still going everywhere to go do good. And he has said, if you find anything against me, bring that thing here. And I will stop running or stop campaigning. And none of them has been able to find anything against this man. And even the judges, the demigod, they spoke as if Peter Obi stole either their wives or their children, or maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Then if the common people, because this man said it, you are running through me. If I become the president, you are the president. And you guys can spill this. I don't know. I don't know. But the question is, as a pastor, as a bishop, as an imam, as a Sultan of Sokoto, as the Oba, wherever you are, when you are in that 6 feet and you are reading your biography, and they said the only thing is that he didn't stand for his country when his country needed his voice the most. Mr. Elvis, I always tell you, you don't know what you are doing now. We can talk about Martin Luther King that has gone for several years. We can speak about Benson Idahusa of blessed memory that has gone several years ago. We can speak about Nelson Mandela because of the good that they did for their country. Keep doing what you do. Don't be distracted. Don't be deterred. We will get this nation right. Nigeria will arise again. Nigeria will arise again. As much as we can see how people like Peter Obi and yourself, people like Madam Rita Omoye, and then people come here like Dr. CM coming here to come and speak, we shall have our country back. Thank you very much for all that you do. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Give us a mandate for your wonderful submission. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for your time with us. Because we don't have lots of people today, so we are not just giving time to speak. So we allow people to, especially when whatever you're saying is aligning. Thank you. I would like to quickly appreciate Edo Light Wash. Thank you very much for the super chat earlier on, Edo Light Wash. May God bless you. Your pocket never run dry. Norbert Offo, thank you very much for the super chat as well. May your pocket never run dry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate this. Norbert, I believe you're new with us here because I've never seen your name before. Please indicate, thank you. God bless you. I appreciate you. Guys, press on the like button and help us to share. BTV Nigeria can see you right there. Thank you very much. God bless you. Mercy Foster, I can see you as well. And many others. Just press on the like, help us to share, press on the dollars and support what we're doing. I'd like us to hear from Madam Rita right now. Madam Rita, thank you very much for your patience. Please talk to us. What's your take?
Good afternoon, Mr. Elvis, and everyone in the panel. Good afternoon to those comment section on the diaspora. I don't know. Nigeria is a great country. Mr. Give us our mandate. You always talk about food. He must be a foodie. Abuja residents demand new governor, House of Assembly, and then Senate. That's a very good move, if you ask me. Very, very good move. And it just shows that, many Nigerians are informed about what is going on, as against what, and I think, I don't know if it's you or Mr. Naja, what you said.
Mother Rita, I'm so sorry that
Go ahead.
This. Yes, I just want to divert a little bit. Norbert, thank you very much for responding swiftly. I want to let you know that you're in the right place. If you're part of the people that is fighting for a better Nigeria, I want you to know you're in the right place. That's what we're doing here. We're not doing whatever that we're doing on this platform based on sentimentalism. We are doing it because we want a better Nigeria. And we believe amongst all the candidates that came out in 2023 presidential election, all the candidates, it's only Mr. Peter Obi that we saw that can do, that can change Nigeria for better. So that's what we're doing here. We don't portray hatred here. So I'm very, very happy that you joined us and you're already supporting us with financially. May God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. You're in the right place. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Rita. You can go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Norbert, for joining. Yes, it's a very good move that the residents of Abuja, or rather the indigenous of Abuja, realized that they have just placed them to be the 37th state, and you see, it's the consequences of actions, human beings, just because they want to satisfy some sort of greed or some sort of and to fulfill some sort of satisfaction, they are oblivious of the consequences of their decisions that they make. And these decisions we're talking about, it's even worse. The consequence is even worse when you are making decisions on behalf of millions of people, not just your household, millions of people. This has affected the educational institution because until the courts prove to us that Abuja is now all of a sudden the 37th state, then our educational system has to change about governance, how they teach governance, even up to the university and the teacher training colleges on what Nigeria. In fact, everything has the constitution, everything will change. So we are just really waiting. It's very sad that we are just present day. We are living to see this outright display of rascality. I don't even know if there's something above the highest level. It's bewildering. Like, yes, am I in a dream? Is this really happening? I'm very happy they're making that move. And I would predict that they will be ignored or they will be intimidated as usual. That's the usual tactics, in Nigeria. But it's something that needs to be said. It's something. And I'm happy Abuja's residents, they are taking that up because it's serious. It has to do with them. It's a serious issue. It's not just about Peter Obi. That's what people don't realize. It's a serious issue. What the tribunal just delivered, or the useless judgment they delivered, is a serious issue, and they have a lot of questions to answer. And the Supreme Court has to make it clear to everybody. And I think a lot of them are so scared. They are not having sleepless nights. Even Agbado himself, they are not sleeping. All his crew, they are not sleeping because Peter Obi has broken their rules of being intimidated. He has broken their rules of nobody takes the presidential candidate to this high level. In fact, I've never, maybe it has happened, someone can, correct me, but I have never heard in my entire existence, being a Nigerian, that, we are taking this case, election petitions has gone straight to the Supreme Court. I've never heard. Maybe it's there, I don't know, but he has broken the rules. Peter Obi has my president. Let me correct. Peter Obi, my president, and Ahmed Dati as my vice president. They have broken the rules, but they never broke the law, but they have broken the rules of the oligarchs. And I'm very proud of them. And I'm very proud of everybody who is supporting this cause, regardless of whatever it is that they might judge, regardless. Because right now, I think those people who are ranking the most corrupt country in the world are also watching this. So maybe, I think it's India. I don't know which country that's in number one. So they are watching. So when the Supreme Court judgment will come, then we will go high in the ranking. This is what is happening. Perhaps Guinness Book of Record. Aisha Yusuf, I don't know. There's something about people from Edo State, people that actually, if an Edo person, I'm speaking because I'm an Edo person. If an Edo person who loves the truth and they swore to stand by the truth, they would never change. They would never change. Maybe it's something in the red soil. Maybe there's something in that. I don't think it's just Edo State. I think it's Bendel State. Yeah, let me use Bendel State now. There's just something. No matter where you are born, even if you're born in the north or in diaspora, and then you grew up with Nigerian parents, and then you see how your father stood up to the truth. There's no cheating. Everything is laid down. Nobody is favored, more than the other. When you have come to a certain level in your life and you've made decisions to always stand for the truth, nobody or there's no entity that can change you. I think Aisha Yusuf is displaying that. And one thing that is very significant that I really love about her is that she is wearing a hijab and she's speaking the way she's speaking. I know this is not to downplay, Muslim women who wear the hijab, the ones who choose to, but we know that in a country, in a patriarchal system like Nigeria, any woman, most women who wear hijab growing up, the first thing you see is that, oh, this woman she's kind of maybe suppressed. She cannot speak out. She's not vocal. She's not eloquent. She's not involved in politics. Maybe she's a Bukachua type of woman where her husband would tell her what to say, how to make judgment. But we're seeing a Muslim woman standing upright, speaking, inspiring people, inspiring her fellow Muslim women that you can wear a hijab, you can stand up for the truth, you can come on national TV, stand up for the truth without even batting an eyelid and saying it the way it is. I'm very proud of her that she is representing that, especially, I repeat, especially in a country like Nigeria. And I'm sure there's so many northern women, northern young girls who are wearing a hijab and say, if Aisha Yusufu, who is wearing a hijab like me, is participating in activism, is standing for the truth, I can do it. So you see the ripple effect of, the obedient Peter Obi's, the obedient movement. It transcends. It's not just about this election. So many other things in our society that has been overlooked. It's just presenting itself in so many ways, positive ways, I think, educational ways, inspiring ways. And I'm very, very proud about that. And there's one thing she said, you begin to wonder, well, I think we actually said it in this program, that when you look at someone like Festus Akamu, it will now tell you that, how did he get his senior advocate of Nigeria title? How? Because so far growing up, when you see someone like Chief Mike Ozekome, SAN, you'll be very proud. You'll be inspired to be a potential SAN as a Nigerian lawyer. But when you see someone like Festus Akamu, you start to wonder and think, perhaps this SAN is gotten by nepotism, favoritism. You start to question it. And that also applies to how a chief justice is made, how a customary judge is even giving those titles. You question it because the judgments we'll be getting over the years, you start to question, like, how did they get there? Perhaps even this Justice Samani now, if you look at the quota system, I think he's from the northern part of Nigeria. But let's just assume now, maybe during his time, they haven't started JAM result, but let's just assume now that he became a justice today. But how did he enter university with JAM? With this quota system thing, maybe he got 150, and then we in the South, they say he must get like 350 or 345, to enter law. And there you are, you see these kinds of people. Someone can get 2 credits, someone that they want to appoint as minister get 2 credits, and you wonder, how did he become a doctor? So you start to question things like that. Even the one with the red cap, I'm not going to call his name, in that other party in Kano. He has the PhD of a doctor of water engineering. If you trace back to how he got his JAM, or you cannot compare it to me and you now that did TDB, daybreak reading, just to pass JAM. So you now start to ask the quality of professionals that you have at the echelons of the society, corridors of power. You start to question it, because when you look at certain things, it's like, am I in a bad, am I in a nightmare? So she's very right. You start to question, how are judges appointed? What is the process? You see what Peter Obi said, I am challenging the process. So at this point, we should also be challenging the process of how they appoint senior advocate of Nigeria and judges. I mean, focusing on the judiciary now. I don't want to go far. It's something to really, really think about, And the question he was asking, the man on Arise, the man with the gray hair, white hair. He said in 1983, and he was comparing, how he was was supporting Dr. Braithwaite's party. Then he was an agent and all that. And it's okay, they got the physical people. When journalists start to ask those kinds of questions, it's kind of condescending. I don't know about you, but I think it's condescending because, number one, and I'm so proud of Aisha when she stated that, listen, number one, if this if the tribunal was televised live, I don't think that man will ask that kind of question. And even if he asked, I think Aisha will have told him that, didn't you watch it yourself? Number two, she's not a lawyer. She is not a lawyer. She wasn't physically in the courtroom. So why will you be asking her those kinds of questions? That's why I say it's kind of condescending to me. It's like you're looking for an answer where maybe she might err or she doesn't know what she's talking about. Asking the question. Besides, 1983 and 40 years after 2023, come on. People's consciences, they've evolved. Either to the left or the right, they've evolved. The kinds of leaders you have in 1983 and now, they are different. If they were corrupt, then they are triple corrupt right now. So what are you talking about? I don't think they were intimidating, or if somebody did not say Mama Chukudi don't come, or they were burning people's market in 1983. I don't think so. I don't think they were intimidating polling agents in 1983 than what is going on now. So asking those kind of questions is quite condescending. That's my opinion. And there's another thing that she mentioned, and I think Mr. Nigeria Watch, one of the things she listed, I think this is what you are practicing. I think many of us are practicing. When she talked about, what we really need to do now is not just about saying I'm an activist as a title. We need to be active. And she talked about, there is a lot of independence of the media. I could see where she was going to, when she said a lot of the electorate, a lot of Nigerians need to be educated about the politics, about the decisions, about the process, for example, of appointing judges and SAN, and the process of our judiciary system. They need to be inspired. We need to get involved. Participation. Speaking publicly about politics, and she's a total example of that, because as a Muslim woman wearing a hijab, I know what I keep repeating, wearing a hijab, she's speaking up. So she's trying to inspire people. She's speaking up. Mr. Nigeria, Mr. Elvis, you have been in this race for over 1 year consistently, yes. 7 days a week. You are just practicing what she was just, Aisha Yusufu was talking about, including those people who are here every other day and all those people with Peter Obi supporting them. This it has to be continuous. Even if when Peter the Rock Obi becomes president, sworn in as president, it has to continue. Because we cannot stop. We have to keep educating people. We have to keep letting people, this is what the Constitution says. This is how you should behave. This is how you appoint judges. This is how you select the person who is going to take care of your taxes. A lot of people have been ignorant, and programs like this educates people, inspires people to even speak up more. And this is what is bothering the oligarchs, and that's why they are angry, and that's why you see that Justice Samani and the other woman and some of the rascals that come on mainstream media, like that man that was insulting, the older lawyer, they come, with all form of vituperations, and they start to talk and shout on the, because it's like we are disturbing their spirit. They cannot read, they are not sleeping, they can't celebrate, they can't. So that's why the intimidation and the prodding and saying, don't go to Supreme Court, stop talking, let us move on. They are using pastors and all these GOs to be, let's move on. All those are tactics. Mr. Nigeria, I remember early this year, before the election, I think you brought a guest to the show. I don't know, he had a Muslim, Abdul something, and he said politics is a mind game. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name now, but he said politics is from the north. He said politics is a mind game, and it's true. It's a mind game, and that's why. Yes, and that is why having programs like this is to open the minds of people, remove the scales from their eyes, to let them know it's a very difficult process. It can take 50 years for many people's eyes to be open. At least 90%. Let me not say 100%. It's going to be very, very difficult. even people who are in the government, professors, educators, teachers, influencers, social media musicians, they are all involved in this charade of corruption. They're all involved. So it will take a lot of, and the majority of the ignorant people who are packed in all these mega churches, who are ignorant, and they look up to that GO that will say, let us move on, many of them, they don't understand the consequences of what is happening. They don't understand the consequences. Many people, many. And I'm so happy, when you were showing that video about, the people on the street talking, I would say honestly, I will confess that, that man, I think he sounds like someone from the north. Very, very informed. When he talked about, say, he wants the men in the, no, not the men, the one that was wearing white. He was talking about, this was happening with Niger. This was happening in Burkina Faso. He said 100 days, 100 days of punishment. That man was so informed. The other man, I would say he was not mentally stable. So I'm not even going to go there. The one that was supporting and say God will do it. That man is not mentally stable. He's hungry. So let me just, I don't want to touch that topic, and, when we were showing that picture about, people struggling to get this so-called palliative, and let it be known that two major words of this administration is let the poor breathe and palliative. Those are the two major words so far, that the most populous words for this fraudulent and illegitimate government administration, rather. I was looking at those pictures, my mind went 50-50. The one half was looking at it like, I pity these people. They don't deserve to struggle like this just to feed. But the other part of me is, Nigerians are greedy. If one of those people who were struggling, right, for food on the ground, if they had the opportunity to have a bag of rice each, you would give each one a bag of rice. And then you would have a storage of 1,000 bag of rice elsewhere. They already have the one bag of rice, 50 kg. These people will still go to take more for themselves, even if what they have is more than enough for themselves. That is a syndrome. That is why I see them scrambling. It's more than just the video or the hunger. I don't know. It's what I see is what I'm saying. There's more to it. There's more to it. Nigeria have this, like, we have been captured by this greedy syndrome. Why do you think you have someone like Agbado, who is seemingly a multi-billionaire, gotten from the wealth of Nigeria? This is not allegedly, because if you cannot explain how Alpha Beta is funding his administration, then I can say that. So if somebody like that can go that far to be so greedy because of power, so the poor man now who is struggling to eat, don't you think poor man in Nigeria are seeing their leaders doing the same thing? So listen, human beings are creatures of habit. So when they see it's a habitual character or behavior of their leaders to be greedy, no matter how poor the man is, he would be greedy. And to be honest, to be fair, I wouldn't say all Nigerians. I would say 75% of Nigerians are greedy, including the poor people. So them just scrambling for food and all that, they didn't even consider the old woman. They don't care. They would do worse if they were in that position of the local government chairman or the councillor or the person that was distributing that food. So I don't know. My feelings towards that is not really 100% pity, because Pastor Chris said in one of the videos you played, you said sometimes the people deserve who rules them, because people are wicked in their decisions. And then for the religious business entities hiding under the body of Christ, they have a pattern. I said this before. In responding to anything that has to do with government, they have a pattern. Follow the pattern. After the judgment on the 6th, and then Sunday passed, they wouldn't say anything now. Wait for when the Supreme Court case wants to start and time of judgment. You will start to hear them start speaking in parables or direct. There's a pattern to the Nigerian religious influencers. Maybe like the other lady who was speaking, like you said, Mr. Nigeria, you spoke my mind. I'm happy, you know, she had the audacity, you know, to come out and speak, you know, as a Christian. But when you kind of mix religion into it, you just kick me off from what you're saying. The man in Niger State, the one they call Maradona, all the curses and all the Amadioha and people were saying, the man is still there now. He's still part of the system. He's still controlling it now. He's still controlling the one that is in Ota. There are many of them. There's a plethora of them all over across the nation. All the courses and everything. All those. Listen, right now, we are in the stage where let us talk about we that is alive. Telling them or preaching to them that, oh, when they pass on, when they meet in the gate, have you died before? Do you know what's in the other side? So you cannot just say when you meet the other side, what will you tell God? We have passed that level. With all due respect to those people believe in those, we all do this. This is the Nigerian level now I'm talking. We have passed that level of like, see, that is a lazy way of saying, I won't do anything. I will just use God to say God will judge you. They are in planet Earth. They are in this world. They are breathing free oxygen given to us by God. Free oxygen. They are breathing it. So when you say God loves them too, in case you don't know. So that is a lame way or lame excuse. I just think it's something that we in Nigeria were just used to saying it because of how we were raised. There's this kind of subservient way, and then of, you know, looking at people who are in authority, you know, you don't question or maybe because everything is so religious in Nigeria that we have just forgotten our sense of reasoning. With all due respect, you know, I know people who think, oh, this one doesn't believe in God. It's okay, judge me. You did not create me. I really don't care at this point because what I'm standing for is the truth, and truth is God, period. And the last part is, I know Nigeria, what I said, we should probably go and read what the People's Gazette wrote about the exposures of 2,500 documents from the FBI. I don't understand that statement because it says 500 documents released starting from the end of October. Now, I don't know if that is within the time of the tribunal, whether they'll start to release all those documents within the time of the tribunal. And another thing too, just because I really don't have a lot of trust because of how the US has handled a lot of things concerning this issue and articles issue, I don't know if they're going to even cook the books. I'm just saying my mind. You know, I don't know to say I would support 100%, you know, what the FBI is going to present. If they're going to redact the document, I don't know. But I don't know. I might be wrong. I hope to be wrong. But if they have to redact most of the documents and give excuse why they cannot give some, then what is the purpose of telling us they're going to release? Is it all the documents? Really and truly, is it just in paper to tell us it's all the 2,500 documents? Or is it more than that? Or has it been redacted? As in some of them removed deliberately? I don't know. We can't say anything now until those documents are out before we can say, okay, let us see and start doing our comparison. So that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for the time. I'm sorry I took too long speaking.
Thank you, Madam Rita. I'm not sure you took so long. I believe, you know, everything you talk about is, you know, all in the line of where we're coming from. You know, it's everything that is currently affecting us. So there's nothing like too long about it. In fact, I never wanted you to finish on time. You know, say when I want you guys to finish on time, you know me now. So today,
be careful what you ask for now. If I start talking, give us a mandate. Some will tell you, you don't do, or maybe Mr. Tony will say, you don't do on the comment section.
Now
So
only today.
Okay.
Now only today. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right. Madam Joy, thanks for calling in. Good evening to you, man. Please talk to us.
Hello, everyone, my people, well-meaning Nigerians, obedient nation, Niger Watch, citizens, journalists, intellectuals, all those created with value, we all are here, and I greet you all. Mr. Norbert, welcome to this prestigious family forum, a place where we have roundtable talk and we refuse to give up. So if you are like If you have the thick skin, you're welcome. We are here together. Mr. Niger Watch, thank you for your resilience, your tenacity, your energy, your courage, your character. Thank you for being the prophet and the candle holder. We are in this together. Yesterday we talked about, I just want to touch a little bit. I thank you so much for, that topic we talked about. Very sensitive, but very important to talk about.
Which of the topic is that?
Because what we are doing here is about educating ourselves. When we talked about, what we have done here all along is paying attention to the educating part of ourselves. We are not part of cussing anybody out. And I thank you for how you have put us together to where you were very, very careful to make sure that we stay focused and not get too angry to begin to spew words. And that I hold you at high esteem, and I thank you. So what we have here is not giving up, enlightening ourselves as citizens, educating ourselves, highlighting the things that are wrong. And just like Aisha said, very important. I think what she said was very resonant with what we are doing here, trying to educate ourselves, enlighten ourselves, let everybody hold on and push to make sure that this nation becomes what it's supposed to be. I thank everyone that is here. I'm a scripture person, so all I want to do is just to encourage everyone here to let you know that what we are doing is the right thing. And the scriptures say we should not grow weary in doing well. In due season we shall reap the good of the land. The composite of the people, because we are right in the middle of discussing constitution, and constitution is all about a form, a makeup. So whatever the people on the other side are doing, I tell you, I'm no longer interested in what they are doing. I am more interested in what we got to do. How do we do it? Mr. Niger Watch is doing and has been doing his part. Mr. P.O. has been doing and is doing his part. And I love one of us. It's another forum. I heard he said, before you allow yourself fall into despair, make sure you have done all you need to do. So all of us here, we wake up every morning, we ask ourselves, what is the next thing to do? And we will reach our destination. Our destination is to disrupt this rascality. We must disrupt. We will join hand with Mr. Niger Watch and Mr. P.O. and his our president and the vice to disrupt this rascality. It must stop. If you allow them, you see how they are trying to little by little push Abuja. Abuja is not a state, will never be a state, no matter how they want to, push it. Abuja is not a state. They are trying to change the trajectory. The people that, set up that 25% aside, why the former constitution framers put it that way is because they know if you're coming to be a president in Abuja, you should be able to win the heart of the Abuja people. It's just like telling a governor in Edo State, you don't have to win Edo State, but the people in what is the other neighboring state can love you, can vote for you. That is nonsense. You have to win. The people in you're coming to must love you, must be able to vote you in. So it is almost, it's like very uncomfortable. It's a very negative vibe that the people you're coming to stay in their place don't like you. They didn't vote you. And now you're pushing to say they must accept it. It's everything about all that we are seeing and hearing is to say the least, is evil. So they should stop. We will be here to continue to push to stop this evil trajectory. There are people, well-meaning Nigerians, that are ready to take up their country and do the right thing. And Mr. P.O. is the leader. We have prayed for him. He has character, he has competence, he has integrity, and that is what constitutes of what we believe in. And that's what we are fighting for. God bless all of you. Let's continue to forge ahead. Never give up. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, madam. And God bless you too. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. I would like to quickly move on to the next person to speak to us. Please help us to share and press on that like button for us. God bless you all. Okay, let me call on the Mr. Felix. Are you there with us? Okay, Mr. Felix, you're not available anymore. Okay, let me call on Michael Kunsaya. Are you there? Even Michael Kunsaya,
hello, sir.
you're not
Yes,
available.
I'm here, sir. Hello.
Okay, wonderful.
Hello?
I can hear you now. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. What's your take about the judgment? I'm not sure you've joined the panel ever since they passed the judgment in court. Talk to us.
Yeah, my own is just, I don't know what to say. Like Nigeria, the one, it's almost impossible for them to do something that will surprise me anymore. That's what I can say. But actually, to tell you the truth, the ruling, it did surprise me. It took 13.5 hours, and they were just, what they were reading is as if, when you become professional and you want to lie, what you'll be saying, it will be making other people laugh. It's because a baby can stop them and say, no, what you're saying is wrong. They say, Obi, don't bring enough evidence. I've never seen any other candidate, presidential candidate in the whole of the history of Nigeria bring up to what Obi brought. It was overwhelming. They use their filthy mouth to pronounce. They say Obi did not bring enough evidence, so we cannot blah 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 blah. I don't know whether to laugh or what to do. It was just nonsense. Then they were saying Shetima, or if I get the name correct, was not intentional. That's why. Does it mean anything whether it's intentional or not intentional? Even okay, let's say it was unintentional. It was unintentional. So the Constitution is the Constitution. The law is the law. It's there for a reason. If it was unintentional, okay. Now Shetima finds out. You see, this certificate. Unfortunately, they say, "Oh, I didn't even know it was unintentional. Genuinely, I didn't know. Sorry, we have to disqualify you." Finish. You can't say because it's unintentional. That means everybody all over the whole country will be coming. They will claim unintentional. Unintentional. No, it's unintentional. Can you not remember Shetima? It's unintentional. It's unintentional. That was just rubbish. Then this what Atiku is doing is just is bolstering anything that is going to give Nigeria a good reputation. Atiku, what he's doing in Chicago University is quite good. From primary to secondary, there must be record. Is someone selling narcotics that doesn't want anybody to know his history? Can you search all the record in the whole country? You cannot find record of somebody. That person, is he a ghost? That means something is on, something is fishy from the beginning. So I agree with what Atiku is doing. Atiku is bringing out the legitimacy of all the certificates. That one needs to be upheld. What he's doing is correct. See, this pet, I didn't know what to do. I actually the words to say what they ruled, I'm sure they have been gratified financially and maybe big time before they can just talk as if they are walking upside down on the lake. What they are just talking is just upside down. Everybody knows, even 2 years old knows. If you were watching the news all over the world, people were watching all over the world. What happened in the tribunal? It took over, was it 2 months? Everybody knows. How can you come and read nonsense? Say, oh, it did not bring enough information, intentional. After 10 years, citizenship expires. Can you tell me any country that has got it in their constitution? After 10 years, if you're a citizen, you have to reapply because your citizenship run out. There's no country in the world where citizenship runs out. So it's a shame. It's a shame. Nigeria's reputation is not anywhere near improving, which is a very big shame. Very big shame. So you know what? Actually, I don't want to be mean, but I have zero confidence in the Supreme Court, to tell you the truth. But one has to exhaust all avenues before he can rest. Before he can rest, you have to exhaust the Supreme Court option. When you have exhausted that one, then you can say, okay, I've done my own part. These people, to fear quoi? You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my submission.
Thank you. Thank you, Marco Kunse. God bless you, sir. Thanks for coming in. All right, people right there in the comment section. I can see more people right there joining us. Fredole, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you. I appreciate you. Constant, thank you. Otonov, thank you. This was I get there. God bless every one of Virginia. Emmanuel, Semota, Olga, I can see you as well. Norbert, once again, thank you. Mr. Foster, and many others right there. Mother of all mommy diaspora, BTV Niger. Thank you. God bless you all. Kingsley Ogerahi. Thank you. God bless you all, my people. Okay, all right. Let me move on to the next person. Mr. Jonathan Kingsley, it's good to have you on the panel. I'd like you to talk to us, sir. Good evening to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis, and thanks to all the panelists out there today, and thanks to everyone that are watching, that are on the comment section. I appreciate everyone. Thanks. I want to start by personalizing Aisha. Aisha Yusufu quote. She said, and I quote, "Tinubu will never be my president. He's an illegitimate president." I want to personalize that for me. Tinubu will never be my president. He is an illegitimate president. That illegitimacy that he carries, that it will haunt him. The way bees will be following somebody around, like somebody who have some feces, on his body, and bees following him, flies. That thing will be haunting him every step of the way, every day. Because, in fact, I love that statement by Aisha, couldn't be timely enough. What a statement. She's never my president. After this shambolic judgment that we witnessed, the last on September 6th, they have just started. This illegitimacy thing, you will carry it. In fact, they have even made him to be more illegitimate, because what they want to achieve through that judgment is to give him legitimacy. But that judgment has even rubber stamped his illegitimacy to the whole world to see. We just saw the G20 summit ended yesterday. I was watching the news, all over the place, just following the G20 here and there, some news bite here and there. I didn't see the selected president. He was nowhere to be found in the midst of leaders of, committee of nations. He was nowhere to be found. This legitimacy that he's seeking, is shopping for it. He's shopping around for legitimacy. This thing will fight him all through. Throughout. You can take that to the bank. You know, I can tell you that for free. Take it or leave it at your own peril. It will it will haunt him all through. Because see, legitimacy is not what you buy with money, like the way you bought all institutions in Nigeria. Legitimacy is earned. You earn it through polls, through election, through legitimate elections, through transparent election. You can't rig it. You can't tipex it. You can't manipulate it or blood it the way you blow election results. You just have to earn legitimacy. And since Mr. Tinubu did not earn it, no legitimate leader in the world will openly stand side by side with him at their own peril. They will not do it. That's why they are shopping around. Because legitimacy is not what Mahmoud Yakubu will give you. This you are looking for. There is no Mahmoud Yakubu that you will pay to earn it. There are no justices that you can bribe to adjudicate in your favor to earn this legitimacy. It's not possible. You have to earn it. I'll go back to that G20 meeting because he was there parading himself, shopping for legitimacy all over the place. We saw leaders of nations. We saw them utilizing this past G20 summit, you know, to sell their country, to set new alliances, to meet world leaders. Biden left for Vietnam, Macron leaving for Bangladesh, Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, in Singapore, selling Canada, business opportunities in Canada. Where is Mr. Tinubu resting himself away in India? Nothing. Because no leader will stand with him side by side. No leader. This judgment, they thought it would solve the problem of, like, you know, it has even, you know, make it even worse. You can't. You cannot buy legitimacy. You earn legitimacy through the people. It is the people that give you legitimacy. You cannot manipulate yourself to get it. We know in Nigeria, you know, even since 1999, we all know all the former president of Nigeria since 1999, they enjoy some level of legitimacy, somehow, simply because Nigerians just accept their rigged elections and they move on. Yeah, Nigerians just accept it and they move on. Coupled with the fact that, you know, there was no external or international component to their legitimacy. It's all local. It was a local issue, all true. This is not the case this time around. Nigerians, they have made up their minds this time around. No matter the judgment, whether from the appeal or from the Supreme Court, Mr. Tinubu is not a legitimate president, period. Whether the Supreme Court rubber stamp the judgment we saw on September 6th, he is still an illegitimate president, period. And the international community, they are aware right now. They are aware of the drug case, the dual citizenship case, the forgery case. They all are aware. So they cannot be comfortable to be seen romancing themselves, you know, around Mr. Tinubu and his government. They can't. Either openly or covertly. They just can't do it. This will be Mr. Tinubu's nightmare every day. Legitimacy. It will be, because they will continue to shop for it. It will continue to shop for it. It just have to, how I just don't understand how you want to achieve that. Because, see, in order for him to even stand side by side with any world leader, he must give up something. He must sell Nigeria somehow. He must give up something. just to arrange a meeting with another war leader, which means they won't be going to that meeting with you know, with any advantage or with any strength of any kind, because they have to give up something just to get a photo up, just to see side by side with a war leader. That is why legitimacy is an essential ingredient for a successful and productive governance. Without it, you cannot be productive. You can't, because you can't transact. No legitimate government will want to romance themselves with you. They can't. They think they can get this legitimacy through this shambolic judgment. No. You can't bribe and manipulate the entire system to get legitimacy. Legitimacy is legitimacy, pure and simple. There is no Mahmoud Yakubu to pay to earn it. There is no judges to pay to earn it. You earn it through the people. Through the people. The people will gives you legitimacy. Now you are in India. You have just started. You will still go all over the world. How can a Nigerian president, just think about it for a moment, a Nigerian president in India for a G20 summit, agreed Nigeria is not a member. The fact that a Nigerian president was there from Monday, in fact, 5 days before the start of this summit, he's been there. He cannot get anything with any war leader, nothing, other than some photo ops here and there. They think they can shovel this legitimacy thing, you know, down the throat of Nigerians. They can just shovel it down their throat through these judgments, or probably through the Supreme Court judgment. No. You have no legitimacy. This will haunt you. Until you, Mr. Tinubu, and your government and your court get off the way and allow Nigeria to grow. For once, you've got to do that. That is my take. They should get this loud and clear. You can't, this legitimacy thing, forget it. You don't have it, and you cannot buy yourself to get it. It's not possible. You can buy Mahmoud Yakubu, hundreds of Mahmoud Yakubu in Nigeria. Governance is an international thing. It's not just only local. It's also international. And you need legitimacy to bring productive governance to Nigerians. Without it, you can't do anything. You are handicapped. Right off the bat, you are handicapped because you have no legitimacy. So they should get this loud and clear, that there is no way they can even help Nigeria, even if that is their desire. You can't, because you don't have legitimacy. This is just my take for now, and I want to really appreciate Aisha Yusuf using that platform to say it out clearly that he is an illegitimate president. Period. Thank you, Mr. Elvis. I will leave it at that for now, and then take it up if there is still time. Thanks very much. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thanks.
Mr. Jonathan Kisley, thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thanks for your wonderful submission. Okay, let me come to Mr. Sunday. Mr. Sunday, thank you very much for your patience with us, and thanks for joining us this evening. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Unmute yourself.
Good evening. Good evening to everyone.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We thank God for another day. I'm happy hearing from everyone. God bless each and everyone. God bless you too. In fact, Aisha has. If we have somebody like this, maybe across all the states, who can go on national TV and say it as it is. I mean, you see, one thing I know is that these people, they never saw Obi coming. They thought it was just, anybody that is just an ordinary election that they are just going to do it one touch and then they will win. up till now, I'm sure they are still confused. How come? How was he able to gather such number of votes? They are still in confusion right now. She said it as it is because whether we like it or not, even they themselves know, they knew the truth. They know exactly what happened on 25th of February. They knew Tinubu didn't win, but because wickedness is in their bloodstream, they cannot come out and say the truth. As far as every meaningful Nigeria is concerned, this man, Tinubu, is an illegitimate president. That is it. Thank her. In fact, I'm so grateful for her boldness. She's so bold, you know. We should pray for people like this in Nigeria who can stand for the truth and then say it no matter what. Because the truth lives forever. Anytime we say that, there's a song that said, what will you be remembered for after you've left this world? What will people remember you for? Or anytime we stand for the truth, in fact, we are not only, you know, bringing blessing to ourselves, but we are inviting blessings and favor to people surrounding us. We should continue to stand for the truth and fight for the truth and defend the truth. Concerning Abuja, 25%. In fact, the last time I said, even me, I didn't do English. In fact, I studied mathematics. I'm a mathematician, but still, I understand the meaning of, good evening, sir. I understand the meaning of end. Now, if they are saying, okay, now we now have 36, 37. In fact, today I was going through the summary of this man's judgment. He said Nigeria is now having 37 states. So if we are now 37, then it is you know, sensible for them to now give a governor. Abuja people should be demanding for governor and senators because now they are not a state. They are no more federal capital territory. They are not states. So they should demand for their. Yes, sir.
Can I interject you, sir?
Please go on, sir.
Since Mr. Sunday is a mathematician and someone like me,
yeah,
maybe I'm an IT person and maybe you are media man and maybe Mr. Jonathan is maybe a doctor. Can you please help us bring a lawyer that can come and explain Abuja to us, please? I don't know.
All right.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, if that is what they are saying, because you see this judgment they gave.
Go ahead, Mr. Sunday.
Sir, please, can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, we can hear you now. Go ahead, we can hear you now.
Okay. I wish the case should go to court and then I wanted to hear what the judges will say, whether they will say that, yeah, Abuja is special or whatever. So that is just by the way. And then, in fact, when I saw the video of people struggling, in fact, it was yesterday that I even watched it. I saw Nigerians fighting for food. Some were even packing rice on the ground. Sometimes I ask myself, so how are they going to separate the sand from this rice? I mean, people were so, I said, this is Nigeria, God. What is happening? These leaders are just taking us as animals. Even animals, sometimes we don't treat animals like that. Nigerians are fighting for rice on the floor, on the ground. May God help us. May God really, really help us. And concerning Article 2, in fact, God is on our side. And We are going to win this battle. We are going to win this battle. Tinubu cannot escape this. He can't. The more he's trying to look for legitimacy, the more he's exposing himself. And that is how God will continue to do it. The more they try to cover up, the more they will be exposing themselves. Very soon, all of them, those wicked leaders, wicked people who are putting Nigeria into bondage, their time will be up. I pray that God should, tomorrow, I learned tomorrow, the Atiku and his lawyers, they are going to hear the case tomorrow. And we are praying that good thing will come from there. No matter how he fights for legitimacy, he will not be able to get it. And I want to say that we should all stand up and fight for our rights. I know what is happening now. Everybody is waiting for the final judgment from the Supreme Court. They thought Nigerians are keeping quiet. We are not keeping quiet too. We are only waiting. In fact, they've destroyed the constitution. They should completely destroy it. Then we will take it from there. If they think they are going to go scot-free, they should wait. Because this time, there's no turning back. We are not going back. We will take this country from them. Because we've been pushed to the wall. How come a nation like Nigeria, God has blessed that with resources, but look at where we are. Because some few people, they formed gang and said, oh, there was a man was he on Arise TV? He said, don't you know, do you know how many years Tinubu has been preparing to become a president? In fact, he has been there for 25 years fighting, and you just came today, you say you want to become president? Do you think it's like that? And I was just laughing at the man. I said, this man, you are not serious. You are not serious. I think they are fighting Obi because he refused to join their gang. I know they might have, contacted him and said, if you know you want to become president, you must join us. As long as you don't join us, we will not allow you. But thank God, he's a man of character. He's a man who stood for the truth, and all of us will continue to support him. I will end here. Maybe if I have time again, I will talk. Thank you very much. God bless each and everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sunday. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you too. Thanks for your submission. Yes. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Everybody on the panel has spoken. So we're going to have our final submission right now. Before that, I'd like to appreciate a couple of people right on the comment section. Glory, thank you very much. Push Mom, thank you. Pius Moye, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to every one of you, my good people. All right. Don Faye, I can see you. Thank you. Desua, thank you, and many others. Please press on the like button. Continue to press on that like button, my people. I appreciate you all. Okay, let me go to the top again so that we can take it from here. We've been here now for 3 hours plus. So let's do the final submission right now starting with give us a mandate. Give us a mandate. Thank you, my brother, for your consistency. Thank you. I appreciate you. Give us your final submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that time today. I think Mr. Jonathan and Mr. Sunday just nailed it on the head. The only place they can probably go that they should go and try they can get that legitimacy that they've not gone to is Sambisa Forest. Maybe if they try and go there, maybe they can get some legitimacy in Sambisa Forest. Because I'm not sure which country of the world we want to do business with us as it is right now, because I don't know. I really don't know. Tifunumbu, well, just the play. So, but one thing is, we'll still continue to lend our voice and then continue to support our principal, Mr. Peter Gregory B, as we head to the tribunal. And I just hope that maybe the lawyers, since they've already laid their hands on the final, the certified true copy of that judgment, should be doing what they need to be doing, and then possibly maybe put some nugget out there from what they feel on the judgment. And but we just Abuja has been revealed now that the people are going to court. And like I said, once you elect your own governor, you send Wike back to where he came from to go and continue to drink his ancient alcohol, and then maybe send Tinubu back to his own state to go and sit down there and see what he wants to do. Because we've never had like this in the history of Nigeria. The double nomination of Shetima is there, and we'll just continue to see how this whole thing plays out at the Supreme Court. But as much as this is going on, I just wish that the suffering Nigerians can actually get some things for themselves and their families, because if people now have to pack rice and sand, I'm just looking at how they're going to separate these things and then be able to, in the form, wow, this is so degrading and dehumanizing. It just shows the pain that these guys have unleashed on Nigerians. So, but that's why Nigerians, we need to stand for your right. Please, let's see what we can do to get these guys out of this this whole thing and take our nation back. It is enough. It's enough. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Hopefully, we can get Barrister Michael Zakome, the Professor of Law and Senior Advocate of Nigeria, to come and explain to us now. Since Samani told us that we now have 37 states, and give us maybe you can come and explain to us. But thank you very much. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye for now.
God bless you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Yes, we'll see. The last time I invited him before the judgment, he gave me some reasons that makes a lot of sense. So maybe this time, yeah, that reason might be out of the way, but I'll see. Thank you. God bless you. All right. Let me call on Madam Rita. Madam Rita, thank you very much for your patience. Please give us your final submission.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Elvis, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to continue to speak out and to my good Nigerian people. There's something, I think it was Mr. Jonathan said. He said, legitimacy is what Agbado is desperately seeking. And what Mr. Jonathan said was very, very deep. Was very, very deep, because no matter what happens, Agbado would not have rest, because he knows everything that he stands for is illegitimate. When it comes to Nigeria, everything that is constitutionally standing for is illegitimate. So therefore, he can't have peace. He will never be comfortable in the midst of world leaders. Even the world leaders would never be comfortable around him. Even the people who are working under this fraudulent and illegitimate administration would desperately continue to seek relevance, desperately continue to seek legitimacy. It's the trickle-down syndrome. It's not just Agbado himself, because anywhere they go, they will always be uncomfortable. They would always know that there's always an obedient somewhere looking at them with the corner of their eye like, oh, so you supported this illegitimate government. Every person right now who participated as a REC member, for the states where Agbado cheated, they would never, ever be comfortable. Their families would never, ever be comfortable. Their names are already in the records in the history of Nigeria. When you want to hear Yakubu, you ask you, where are you from? Who's your father? Was it the one who announced that fraudulent election at the dead of the witch night hour? You know, it's transcends it. It's a very, very deep issue. The only thing right now is that we do not want an illegitimate person who is desperately seeking power to sell Nigeria just because he's searching for legitimacy, to make deals for Nigeria just because he wants to be seen. He wants to show that, oh, I am taking a picture with the Pope because I want to look good. I want to pontificate myself. That is the problem. Whatever it is he wants to do with his personal life, he can lie about his age, his lineage, or whatever. That's not our business. But as long as you are under the fraudulent constitution of Nigeria, and the fraud and you were sworn as you were selected under fraudulent guise, you can never be accepted. Never. He knows. Why do you think there's no celebration? Because they know that they're not legitimate. Why do you think they always have this uneasiness? Why do you think people like the recalcitrant Emeka that comes here shout and yell? Because they're not sleeping. It's hurting them. If we say we are ignorant, leave us our ignorance, leave us. If we say we are shouting, leave us to our shout. The other one that calls us fascist, professor of rice and beans, why are they using such terrible adjectives to describe people that are looking for legitimacy? Why are they saying you are intimidating us? We are the people. We are not holding any metal. I'm not doing nothing. We have no weapons in our nothing. We are just using our voice that God has given us freely. The only free thing that we have, we want to use it to have a better life for ourselves and our generation. You are not attacking us and calling us names. The other one calls us social media, whatever. The other one says there are only 4 people in the room. They said all sorts of things. People have made all sorts of aspersions about the obedient movement, about the better. Listen, they have called us all sorts of names. My president, Peter Derokobi, they've lied against him, even up to his children. They lied. So what else is there again? Why all these actions? If they were so good, I'm sure they will have paid the FBI or maybe one of these groups to find one dirty secret about my president, Peter Obi. Nothing. Because, you know, they say, clear conscience, fear no accusation. That's why the man can walk freely. Mr. Obi is not seeking for legitimacy because he knows he's legitimate. He knows his certificate is real. He knows that his name is real. He knows the school he went to. We know his family. We know his wife. He looks like a Nigerian. He looks and breathes and talks like a Nigerian. Agbado does not look like a Nigerian. He's from Guinea. Even Sheyi does not look like a Nigerian. Nigeria, we know how we look. No matter where you come from, whether from the north, south, east, or west, we look at your face. There's something Nigerian that you would know. Agbado is not a Nigerian. Take a close look at his face. I know it's hard to look at his face because you can't even look at such a person's face. But just try. He's not Nigerian. So that seeking of legitimacy, and we keep speaking out, Nigeria, what you are here, you have people come out to be yelling and shouting and calling us names. It's okay. It's okay because they are desperately, you know what desperation means? Desperation for power. Man can do anything for power. They can use every person. They can even use a pastor to get that power. They can use people like Emeka. They can use people that are in diaspora. They can use people, they can even use foreign governments because they are desperate. But the only snag that they have, they cannot breathe, is because of the likes of you and me and Peter Derokobi and the rest of other great men and women like Aisha Yusufu speaking. They can't breathe. They are angry. Those judges are angry because we are making them work. They're even begging us not to go to Supreme Court because they are going to work. Yeah. Those people who have been here, they are not sleeping. They are not sleeping, and that's why they are angry. That's why they yell at us. They talk down at us. They talk to us like a judge is talking to you like a child in a court of law. How did you become a judge? Obviously, they are all bukachuwad. All those judges were all bukachuwad. Allegedly, with all due respect of Nigeria Watch, I'm using the word allegedly. All of them were all bukachuwad. So we should keep speaking. It is hurting them. It is making them have sleepless nights. All of them. They're not, look at them in the courts. All of them, they didn't sleep. Look at Professor Zakamu. He looks like they dropped him inside a wet water, like a chicken that's just dropped into water. They are not sleeping. They don't look well. Because it's like where the headache, like there's an itch in their body. They don't know where it's scratching them. We are just everywhere. So we should keep prodding along. Don't allow anybody to gag you or tell you that you don't have sense or you are ignorant. you are a fascist. You call is every adjective is okay. Every nomenclature they can use upon us is okay. But keep forging ahead. Keep looking at the light at the end of the dark tunnel, because we're in a dark tunnel. We all just need to focus. And if Peter the Rock Obi says we will not give up, I don't have the audacity to give up. If Peter the Rock Obi, that is standing in the forefront of this war, this constitutional war, if he's standing on the forefront and is not perturbed or moved, who am I to say I not do again? I must do. As long as my principal is standing, I have to stand. Thank you very much, Mr. Nigeria Watch. Thank you.
Exactly. As long as Peter will be standing, that's why we're standing here. To be honest, you know, even though Peter Obi gave up the other day, I believe there would have been a lot of problem everywhere by now. So I applaud him for pushing further to go to Supreme Court. That is the only part, you know, that we can take in case of you referencing to whatever that happened today. Then you'll be on the right side. So we are doing the right thing, you know. By this week now, before Friday, I believe, fingers crossed, we're going to start hearing more things from the judiciary, then the upper one, Supreme Court. Thank you very much, moderator, once again, for your final submission. Okay, let me call on Mr. Jonathan Kingsley. Mr. Jonathan Kingsley, if you're there, please give us your final submission, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to the two panelists, or those that have given their final submission. You know, they pretty much said some of the things that I wanted to say here. But that's okay. That's what we're here for. See, what we do now, I just want to emphasize it. What we're doing now, right now, even Mr. Elvis, Niger Wash, what we are doing now, what we are collectively doing now, is even more important than what we have done prior to this judgment. What we're doing right now is what is killing them. This is what is killing them now, because the expectation is that once the judgment comes, as I believe is Madam Rita, you know, always say that their understanding, their belief is that we will just enter room. Obedience will just go away. They will just fizzle away. Or at the minimum, they will stop talking. They will talk less. But what they are seeing is the direct opposite. And that is why I said what we're doing now is even more important. This is the time to remain focused, not to allow these criminals to forge ahead. We shouldn't give them room at all to forge ahead. Because everything that they have displayed thus far is very clear that these people are criminals. There's no any other way you want to justify. You just want to spin it. That Abuja, that the claim that Abuja people are not special. They are not more special than other Nigerians. Then go ahead and amend the constitution. After all, I know somebody touched on the quota system. I believe it was also Madam Richie touched on quota system. What is quota system? Simply, the quota system is simply saying that some people are more special than others. That's what quota system means. If you can get 250 in JAMB and you cannot even get to a simple, get to a simple social science, social sciences program in the university, and somebody with 110, 120 will get into law program in the north, it simply means that they are more special. That's what the whole idea of the quota system implies. That the northern Nigerian people, they are more special than us. So the idea of saying that the Abuja people are not more special than Nigerian than other people, other Nigerians, is just absurd. Go ahead and amend the constitution. Every cry over the decades, over the last, since this quota system has been running, Nigerians have cried, people have commented, people have complained. Nothing you can do. It's the law of the land. You can cry all you like, you can shout all you like, you can't do nothing because it's the law of the land. If anything, it has to be changed, it has to be amended. That constitution has to be amended. That's why they continue to peddle it, they continue to flow in it. So same thing applies here. So if you are not okay with that section 130, with that section of the constitution that stated expressly that you must score 25%, and after 2/3 of the 36 states, you know, and 25% of the FCT Abuja. If you don't like it, amend the constitution. Their claim that Abuja is to be treated as if it were a state is simply talking in terms of administrative structure. Nothing. It's not talking. There is nothing about it wasn't talking about Abuja being treated as a state, election-wise. If you don't want it, just go ahead and amend the damn constitution. Because what we have done now is what we've seen now. There will be plethora of cases. People will now start coming out and going to court. And then there will be judgments, varied judgment all over the place. It will just muddle the whole thing, mess the whole thing up. Because of this judgment, looking Nigerians in the eyes, the whole world listening and saying that Abuja is a state. These people, I don't even know what they take Nigeria for. I think I stated there after I said, all the states in Nigeria, we have 6 geopolitical zones. Abuja is not any part of the 6 geopolitical zone. If Abuja were to be a state, Abuja will be included in one of those geopolitical zones, whether northwest or north central. Abuja is just side by side with Kaduna on the map. So it probably will end up as northwest or north central. It wasn't so. So it was meant for administrative purposes, just simply because they dealt with that administratively. So Abuja was not, it wasn't considered as a state because the 6 geopolitical zones were administrative structure. They are set up for administrative purposes. And Abuja was, in that case, Abuja was not considered as a state. Abuja was not part of it at all. So I don't know where they get this idea from, this manipulation from. But one thing is clear: they won't get away with it. They might get their judgment. Came up with a judgment even at the Supreme Court. As far as I'm concerned, my hopes, I don't have any trust on them. I'm not placing my hopes, raising my hopes high on that. I'm just, if you want to say playing safe, that's what I'm doing right now. I don't want to place any hope on the Supreme Court. I just want them to go ahead and rubber stamp this whole nonsense that we witnessed on September 6th. That's what I'm just waiting for. So that is my take. That is my take here. The dossier, talking about the dossier that the FBI will be releasing on Tinubu at the end of October. First, by that time they stay the end of October, it will have no value for, as far as this process is concerned. Because by that time, the time to submit any additional evidence or document will have been over. Even if the Supreme Court have not delivered judgment by the end of October, you cannot add. Anything they will add will have to be during this 20-day window. This 20-day window. That is why we implore the court in Chicago tomorrow to make it, to release, to make a verdict, a decision on those Tinubu status or document as far as Chicago State University is concerned. That will work. So there's no value for this process. Even if FBI came up end of October and released it, it won't. Perhaps maybe public opinion. It may sway, it may influence public opinion in certain ways, but it's not going to be part of the document that they will add to it. And secondly, I don't even, entirely. I'm not, the United States. You can't trust them. It's all about national interest for them here. And again, releasing document, they've stated releasing document before or during. The reason why they choose that period is not to be seen as interfering, not to be seen as interfering in our electoral process. That's why they choose that period. If indeed the news is correct and is true, choosing end of October is to be seen as not interfering, because if they release it today or next week, and is going to have an impact on the process, it could be seen as interfering on Nigeria electoral process. They always want to eat their cake and have it. They interfere when it suits them, and when they feel that it's going to hamper them, they kind of stay back. That's all international politics that the United States is playing here. Because the United States is aware that they cannot do anything with Nigeria as long as this man is Nigerian president. That is still a problem for them too. They can't do anything, because it's just not possible. I don't see how Biden is going to stand side by side with Tinubu. Even after the Supreme Court judgment. So it has to be a deal. And it's not supposed to be so. Meetings among nations is a mutual thing. You come, I come. Both of us will sit down on the table and we'll discuss on mutual benefit, on whatever issue. It's a mutual thing. But for Nigeria now, as it stands, no, it's not going to be like that. Nigeria must negotiate and put something on the table just to meet with a leader, even with a third world leader. You have to negotiate that this is the state now. This is where they have. This is where Nigeria is right now. Let's get it clear. Nigeria can't do anything. They can't negotiate anything outside without putting something on the table. I will give you this. Just let us meet. Just let us meet. Let the whole world see that we meet. Let us, sign some bilateral stuff. Nigeria is going to give up this, give up that. That's not the way it should be. But that is where we are right now. And Nigerians should, this is where we are right. Nigerians must know this. This is where we are right now. A Nigerian president, first 100 days in office, nothing as far as international relation is concerned. Absolutely nothing. 1 week wasted in India. Nothing about investment opportunities, in Nigeria. Nothing. If anything, it's all personal deals. All personal deals. The photo op that we saw meeting with one Indian business mogul the other day. Those are all deals. Those are all personal deals. It's nothing that will favor Nigeria. We in its right senses will come to Nigeria to invest. Simple. Just simple thing. Who will come to Nigeria and place his money on Nigeria now? Will gamble on Nigeria? Nobody. No businessman will do that. Because everything will work against you. First of all, we don't have judicial system. So first, right off the bat, your investment is at risk. You are risking it all. If anything should happen, you are on your own. And that is what international investors seek. A proper judicial system, a functional judicial system, incorrupt judicial system is fundamental to foreign investment. Without that, forget it. And if we see anything at all in that line, it's a deal. It's a personal deal. It's not a transaction that is in favor of Nigeria or Nigerians. No. It can't be, because we all know. Please don't come out and tell us lies. Whichever way you want to place it, don't come out and tell us lies. It's not going to happen. No investors will come. Okay, look at this meeting, this G20 meeting. Which Nigerian media followed Mr. Tinubu to India? Probably maybe NTA. Did you see any Arise News team? Or because in a normal setting, in a normal climate where things works, the president of Nigeria is going out. We will see the likes of Sheun of channels will be there. We'll probably see someone like Rufai, someone like even Abati. They will be part of the team. They will be reporting. Their morning show for the last 1 week, they will be transmitting right from India. That is the way it is. And if there is going to be any press conference between Mr. Tinubu and any foreign leader, they will be there to ask questions. Which Nigerian media in a normal setting? No, nothing. They are using third-party reporting for us. Channels is not there. Because normally it is Shehu who is the political reporter, the political editor, is the one that should follow Mr. Tinubu. Shehu is sitting down in Nigeria. Abati is sitting down in Nigeria. Rufai is sitting down in Nigeria. Nobody from TVC, even his own network, there's nobody reporting for us from India because there is nothing positive. And even because everything is going to be deals, personal deals.
Sorry, Mr. Jonathan. Sorry for interrupting you if it's okay.
Yeah.
The answer to that question, they will tell you the president has his media aid and that's enough. Or they will tell you, oh, we don't expect the president to spend money. You people are crying that we're spending too much money. We don't want to start spending money for bringing channels, bringing all that. Those are independent stations. Those independent stations, they have the right to send their representative to follow the president. I think that's how it is done anyway. But if they have to give an answer to the questions that you're raising or the concerns that you're raising, they will tell you they have their media aid. That's the answer. But we all know that, like you said, it's just for personal business. It got nothing to do with Nigeria. I just wanted to make that clear because we have to educate people too.
That's correct. They won't. It's all for personal things. Even at that, so those media houses, TVC, Arise, channels, they go, even if they will not follow the team, they can go on their own. They have the right. Nothing stops them. They will go on their own. They will have their correspondent. I've never seen that happening anywhere in the world. I've never, even ordinary, what do you call it? Nepal Prime Minister traveling outside Nepal. You will see his media team, the media team of that country following him down. Not the case of Nigeria, because it's all packaging. Everything we see on TV is all packaging. There's no truth at all. Everything we see is all packaging. Anything you see on TV that kind of carry the face or seems like, oh, this is good. This is something that is good, it's all packaging. They have nothing good to offer. They have nothing good to offer. So this is the state we are in Nigeria. This is where we are in Nigeria. And Nigeria should know that we are worse off. Nigeria now is worse off. Nigerians are worse off right now until there's a change. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to all the panelists. I really appreciate it. And good evening to you all. Thanks.
God bless you, sir. Thank you very much, Jonathan Kingsley, for your submission and for joining us again today. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Mr. Sunday, we lost you. Oh, you were here like 2 seconds ago, fortunately. And Mr. Felix, I'm not sure you are there. Okay, Mr. Felix never got the opportunity to talk at all. Okay, let me come to the people right here. We've come to the end of this broadcast. It's about 4 hours now, so I will be very happy to end the broadcast right now. Thank you very much for your understanding, my people. May God bless you all. Mr. Chris Dublin, I can see you right there on the comment section. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Vincent Enaruna, thank you very much. God bless you. Appreciate you all. Press on the like button, my people. We're going to end the show right now. I'd like to appreciate those of you that supported me today. Elizabeth Sarumi, thank you very much. Adola Wash, thank you very much. Norbert Ofo, thank you very much. May God bless you all. Then the people that I have right there on the comment section, Blessing Okafor, thank you for joining us. God bless you all. Chris Dublin, once again, mother of all Mami Diaspora, BTV Nigeria. God bless every one of you, my wonderful people. Pius Moye, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you all, my people. Mofi Ray, I can see right there on the comment section as well. Thank you, my people that joined us today on the panel. Give us a mandate. Thank you, my brother. Felix, although you couldn't say anything today, but thank you. Madam Rita, thank you. I appreciate you all. Mr. Jonathan Kisley and Mr. Sunday, thank you very much. May God bless every one of you. Madam Patricia, you came in, you left, so you couldn't say something as well. So meanwhile, tomorrow is another day. Please, guys, endeavor to join us again by 6 p.m. tomorrow by God's grace. Let's continue to talk about the things that's affecting you and I. If we fold our arms, nobody's going to do it for us, especially if you are expecting other African countries or the Oyibo people to do it for us. They're not going to do it for us. Have that in mind. It's you and I that's supposed to fight for our freedom. Yes, it's you and I. I repeat that again. You know, for us to have a better country, you know, that country that you and I dream of, it is you and I that need to fight for it. And that is what we're doing right now. People think the word fight means only fighting each other physically. No. Fighting is the energy you put into something that you want to get. Some people, they invest in a business and the business flawed. They have to fight back again to stand on their feet. That's fight. They didn't fight with anybody physically. So fighting, you know, means that, yes, you are not relenting until you get what you want. And that is what we're doing right now. You know, the consistency we are putting in there for the world to see that, yes, we are tired. We are tired. Nothing is working in Nigeria, my people. Don't let us deceive ourselves. Absolutely nothing is working. Regardless of the amount we have in our account today, you are just on your own, especially when you're in Nigeria. You're on your own. Trust me. If you want the security people to be guiding you, sometimes even the people that is guiding you, you are still at risk. Have that in mind. I believe you've seen, we showcased it on this platform. Many people that the security officials are guiding, how they attack them, killed all the security men and all that, you know, kidnap the main person, the victim. So please, we don't want to go there. That will never be none of our portions. But when the country is bad, these are the kind of things you see. This is why you see we talk. Because when the country is bad, it's bad. The system is bad. It's totally down. Nothing is working. Tinubu is there. He doesn't know what he's doing. You know, everybody's surrounding him. I don't know what they're doing either. Everybody is there to fight for themselves. You know, I'm tired of these people. People are suffering in Nigeria. The situation is high. A lot of people have become a beggar in Nigeria. Then we have one or two persons that lives abroad who still speak to defend this satanic government, or rather satanic APC. It's painful. It's so painful. By now, in postmodernism, you're still not aware that APC and PDP, these are the two satanic parties that put you and I where we are today. What are you defending? Is because your village man is not there? You're not beginning to see everything good about APC? But when Buhari was there, you didn't say anything good about APC, right? You see, that's the sentimentalism that I talk about all the time. We all it's like we're deceiving ourselves. Now, wow, a great country like Nigeria. Nigeria, my country, despite the situation we find ourselves right now, it still remains the best to me. I just wish that what we're hoping for, we get it. I bet you 70% of Nigerians in abroad will move back home. 70, if not more. A lot of them are tired already. Some of them are not speaking out, but they are tired already. The life in abroad is repetitive. I know what I'm saying. If you are listening to me right now, you live abroad, you know how it is. Our life in abroad is repetitive. It's the same thing. Those that work, you go to work, you come back, you eat, you walk from your room to your living room to your garden, you drive to the supermarket, you do shopping, you come back home, finish. Chapter close. You sleep, you wake up, you go to work, you come back. It's just, initially, yes, I must travel. But many of you listening to me right now, God have blessed you. Then move back to your country now because God already blessed you. That was some of your prayer points at the beginning. That God Almighty, I beg this country where they go. So if you bless me within 5 years or a max of 10 years, I'll move back home. God don't bless someone now where they listen to me right now. 20 years ago, house don't let you move, go. What are we talking about? Because the country is getting worse every day. Nigeria is not getting better. It's getting worse. That's the painful part of it. It's getting worse. Normally, we're supposed to be saying, oh, we will get there at least. We are gradually, improving. We will get there. That's what we're supposed to be saying, right? But Nigeria is getting worse. The way Nigeria was 20 years ago is better than today. The way Nigeria was 10 years ago is better than today. The way Nigeria was 5 years ago is better than today. The way Nigeria was 4, 3, 2 years ago is better than today. The way Nigeria was last year under Buhari, unfortunately, Jesus, is better than today.
Oh, Mr. Ivis. Mr.
Yes,
Ivis, even the fear of electricity and the fear of digging your own borehole, you have your own borehole, will not even make you to consider going to Nigeria. That alone.
How? I don't understand.
I mean, you think about electricity, no constant supply. You have to, to live there, you must spend, if not $1 million or 2, just for you to have constant electricity. You have to, that's what you spend. And you can't run your business. You can't
have their own borehole.
Yeah, no water. There's no running water. You have to dig, everybody we dig our own borehole here in Nigeria.
Everybody have their own borehole, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So that alone, and they are talking about business. I was hearing one of these new ministers. These are new all these mediocres that they put together and they call ministers. With the woman, one of the women, I think she's minister of, is it education or something? She's one of the ministers. She was talking about bringing the youth. There was this video last week where she was talking about, bringing the youth together, giving them the enabling environment. They should start producing and then they can bring whatever they produce to the market. And I laugh. A country where there is no electricity, you are talking about enabling the youth. Is it not electricity? 99% of what they will do, they need electricity. There's no power. Whatever they are going to produce or manufacture, they will need electricity for it to function. Without electricity, they will have to spend everything. Even if you give them 10 million, that 10 million will go on diesel. That 10 million will go on diesel and petrol. So there is nothing. They can't do anything. She was talking as if maybe, and people are clapping there. That is the problem we have in Nigeria. Sycophancy and all this nonsense, So...
My brother, Nigeria matter bears a get. God. Oh, wow. Some people just want us to accept it like that. They come here to insult us, telling us that we hate. We have so much hate by crying that you want a better Nigeria, by crying that the current government are illegitimate. What does that got to do with hatred? I don't understand. You're forcing people to accept defeat. How?
But such people, they live, okay, such people live in the Western countries, like someone live in Canada, UK. Why didn't they pack their load and go to Nigeria? People like that, they can, I don't know.
They are, because they are selfish. My brother, they are selfish. Even to visit Nigeria, people like that don't visit Nigeria. They are selfish. We can't continue like this. Thank you very much, my people. Yes, we need to end the show right now. Divine Cross, I can see you. Thank you very much. Didi Anthony, I can see you. Thank you, thank you. Olarewaju, thank you. Movement of the People, I can see you. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you, thank you. Press the like button. I help us to share. By God's grace, fingers crossed, I'll be with you guys again by tomorrow, 6 p.m. Have a good night, my people. I'm back for now.
I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love. Go there, biza biza. Kama bara walo ninu ife kan akanbi. I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love. I go show you love. Kama bara walo ninu ife kan. But I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, oh, I go show you love, eh. Kama bara walo ninu ife kan. I know they do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, oh, I go show you love, oh. Kama bara walo ninu ife kan. They do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Oh, tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí o, ẹ fẹ́ jókòó. Alákọ̀bí Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí. Alákọ̀bí Sábàmẹ́là. Anybody? Anybody? Any bobo. Anybody? Mo ló ń fọlú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti kíníṣí. Délé mo ló ń fọlú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé o, délé o.
Many high-profile cases will definitely come to you, and they may likely come in company of some juicy, irresistible temptations, especially when they involve mouth-watering financial and business transactions. I'm making it clear to you now that you must flee from such disguised danger. Your reputation and integrity matter much, and it counts enormously in your rise to honor and fame in life. Let me point out unambiguously that in life, gifts and wealth that are not worked for, which are by extension undeserving, are always wrapped in calamity and destruction. Flee from them and keep your heads high above the murky waters of corruption and favoritism, so that you can be conveniently counted among the very best in the Nigerian judiciary. You must, against all odds, conduct your affairs within the ambit of the law and the oath that you has just been administered on you. If you were hitherto 50% under public scrutiny, I can then confidently tell you now that it has automatically risen to 100% by virtue of this appointment. This tempo of public assessment of your conduct and disposition will now assume astronomical proportion. You must equally redouble your effort and dialogue properly with your conscience in order not to fall out of the grace of Almighty God and the Nigerian people. It absolutely takes nothing to join the crowd, but it takes quite a lot to stand alone with good conscience. Several novel business and industrial disputes are occurring in the country virtually on a daily basis that have now inevitably made litigations to go on a steady rise. No court in the land is spared of this. We are constantly on our toes, and the dockets are ever rising in response to the challenges of the time. This underscores the fact that Nigeria ranks among the most litigious countries in the whole world. The onus is on your lordships to fasten your belt and roll up your sleeves to face the challenges head on. You must redouble your pace to catch up with the expectations of the litigants. As judicial officers, you have a defined mandate on earth that you must discharge with unveiled honesty and sincerity. You must give good account of yourselves to justify your appointment. However, if you decide to do the contrary, of course, the sledgehammer will, without hesitation, descend heavily on you. No judicial officer at any level of our courts will be allowed to drag the reputation of the Nigerian judiciary into the mud. We can't come this far to fail. Take it